He can listen to our podcast on one of the sleepless nights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll have to start uploading these MP3s somewhere. It's actually a huge pain to post them on like Spotify or something. You have to get a publisher, and you gotta get a whole bunch of other
I'll be a
stuff.
publisher.
Really?
Yeah, so I can't just like upload it,
Mm.
which I thought I could, but nope.
Mm.
Is there
But
one more thing here before we start? I get
yeah,
the portent ability here.
yeah,
So I'm going to roll my 2 die, and then I'm going to keep them in these boxes I put on my sheet.
okay. Go ahead and roll those 2d20 and see what comes up. 17 and 9,
Wow.
that's pretty good. That's a hit and a miss.
Yeah.
Like almost guaranteed. At least at low level.
So I have to say it before any dice are rolled. I'll put it up here. And then it ignores advantage and disadvantage, but I just have to like kind of claim it up ahead, like Babe Ruth shooting a shot. Like I saw this in the morning, this was gonna happen, and you get a 9 for your ability save or whatever.
Okay. When you finish, was it a long rest? Long rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
It's like luck, but luck you can wait till after the roll is done.
Yeah, luck you can
Similar.
decide afterwards. This one you have to just be like, you know what? It's a 17.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm going to hit. Or they're rolling a 9.
Right.
And hope they miss.
Right.
So. Okay. So. You got all your spells sorted there, Chris?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, get going. All right. So, we're going to start off with both of you just sitting in a tavern, eating lunch, before you have to go and meet the guild master at the Order of Steel, a mercenary guild hall in the town of Venaris. So you guys are just sitting there, and the bartender comes up to you and asks you what you would like for lunch today. And can you guys just describe what your characters look like?
Oh, shoot.
What the bartender would see?
Do you want to start, Clemens?
Sure. So when the bartender comes up, he for a second gets a bit confused because he saw people come into the bar, but he didn't see them right away, so he just has to like lower his gaze because both of us are quite short. He's like, "Oh, there you are." Clemens, full name Clementine. She is short lady, about 156 centimeters short. She has 2 eyes, a big head of hair, red, curly. She's wearing a lot of jewelry, so she has like metal rings on like by her shoulders, by her elbows, like on her hands. It seems like a little too much, but whatever. It's her vibe. She has also a bunch of what do you call this? Like sun marks on her face, like someone
Freckles?
splashed. Yeah, freckles. Like someone splashed a bunch of sun on her face. She's lively. At first, when you get to meet her, it seems like she has a resting beach face. But as soon as she starts talking, you can actually realize that she is like a butterfly. Very cute.
Okay. A resting bitch face.
Right. She's lively. She's curious about things. She would look at the bartender very intensely and kind of look at what he's wearing, and if there's anything like any kind of particular inventions on him that she could pinpoint.
Comment on?
The bartender's just just a run of the mill commoner. You know, he doesn't have any specific skills or traits. He's just here working a job right now. So you
Sure.
don't really notice anything on him.
Right. Yeah,
And sorry, and Dr. Griggs.
mhm.
Mm-hmm. Griggs is a shorty as well with gray hair, and he's kind of eccentric looking with like all of his because he's a wizard, Ari. He's got all these just flourishes to his gear or to his like jacket and stuff, straps and little things where you can tuck away stuff. As opposed to like a long flowing boring robe, it's more of like patches of stuff. And
Okay, like the college professor. You
mm-hmm.
know, he's always got the elbow patches and stuff.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And he always looks a little bit deep in thought, and he likes to play with his eyebrows. They're long eyebrows. He kind of just always plays with them. And then when you see him playing with his eyebrows, you know he's thinking about something. And so when the
Okay.
yeah, I guess the bartender comes up, he's probably scratching his eyebrows thinking about what he wants for lunch, because he knows exactly that's why he's coming over to say what we want to order, and I have no idea yet.
All right. So the bartenders come up. He asks you for your order. I'm not going to make you guys order anything. Actually, my main question is: do you guys want a drink? Like, are either of you going to be drinking right now, or are
Uh,
you guys going to be sticking to like food and non-alcoholic beverages?
Well, what time of the day is it?
it's
Lunch.
lunchtime.
Lunch, right? Well, is there anything to celebrate, Griggs?
Well, we have a new, hopefully, mission ahead of us. Maybe we celebrate now before before we get on
Before
there
we go
because
out?
we don't want to be drinking on the job. So let's have one now before we officially start.
Sure. I'll have
Uh,
a.
that's the spirit, guys. What do you want?
I'll have that Easty Brewery cranberry thing you got last time. That was delicious.
That's a house favorite. Coming right up. And you?
Something harder, please. A little more stiff.
All right. I'll be right back. And he takes off, and some time passes. He comes back, and you get like a dark liquor in a rock glass. Uh, and Clems, you get is it? It's Clemens, not Clems. Clemens, you get this drink. It comes with a little umbrella on the side, and there's some fruit on it, and it looks absolutely amazing and delicious in such a dreary world, and that's probably why it's so popular here. You know,
Mm,
it's like a nice little escape from reality. And he also brings by your meals. You both
I
ordered
love
the
it.
house special, and
I
it
love it.
smells delicious.
Hmm.
So
That's lovely.
you finish up your meal, and you begin heading to the Order of Steel. Uh,
Mm,
as you're walking down the road, you can see a man in front of you. He's dressed in fairly shabby robes, but not dirty, just well worn. And he's walking towards you guys right now on a otherwise fairly empty street. Not a lot of people walking around at lunch. Most people are at work right now or focusing heavily on the humanitarian relief of rebuilding the residential area after the meteorite strike, causing the tsunami to come in and wipe out a good portion of it.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
so there's a lot of clinging and clanging going on nearby, and you can see workers diligently going away at their jobs. But for the most part, there's nobody just walking on the street except for this one lone man heading towards you. And both of you would realize that he's about to start casting a spell.
Okay.
Are either of you going to do
whoa.
anything?
Clemens is gonna put Griggs behind her, kind of step in front of Griggs to protect him, and she'll be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing there?"
Uh,
And if he's ignoring you, he just continues on with the spell casting, and in front of you appears this image of a man with golden locks flowing down past his ears, dressed in shining bright armor. And he's got a bit of a crook on his nose, looking like he's been in combat before, but not like, but he's well presented, well clean. And then this man pulls out an item. It looks like a music box and begins cranking on the thing. And all of a sudden, you hear this voice cry out, uh, and the image begins to mouth the words coming out. And it says, "If you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate the moment until it is past. So come down to Prudence and visit me, Yeezy, to get an autograph of the best adventurer alive," said by TMZ Magazine. And then a picture of the magazine cover shows up with Yeezy on it, and there's a big headline calling him the best adventurer alive. And then Yeezy returns and says, "And remember, know your worth. I sure do." And gives a good before the image disappears and this man continues walking past you.
Wait. I like go up to them. What the? Oh my God, that was easy. That was easy. Is this what do we do? We have to go down there. I kind of lost the. Oh my God, Yeezy. I love Yeezy.
This guy, he just kind of rolls his eyes. He's dealt with fanboys before, and he's just trying to do his job. You know, like he's like, "Yeah, man, he's in Prudence. If you want to see him, head on down there. He will definitely give you an autograph and talk to you for days."
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Have a good day, buddy.
You too, sir, ma'am. And he just continues strolling off down the road.
Clemens, we gotta hit Prudence at some point. Before Yeezy takes off, I need to meet this man.
Easy? Is that a guy who talks a lot? What's his deal?
Dude takes out like swarms of zombies all by himself.
Right. Surprised you're into this, Griggs.
We all have our vices.
Clemens pats him on the head.
All right, so you guys continue pressing on, and you eventually make it to a large fence. And you can see over top of this 8-foot fence a large stone building, which is pretty rare for Venars, you know, because it is set in the wetland. Nothing really stays stable too much, too long. But you can see the stone structure uh, built out of loose stone. Like, it's not like a perfectly like brick and mortared wall. It's just like it's real loose, but it's standing pretty good. Uh, and in front, as you're walking up, you come across and you see in front of this large fence, in front of the gate, there is a bulletin board with a whole bunch of pamphlets and flyers pinned and stapled to it in front of it. And you take a quick glance, and you can see some of them are like pleas for help, requesting aid. This is just like a job board, basically, for the Mercenary Guild. You can deduct as much since you're both intelligent folk. And right in front of you, you can make a large set of double doors here.
Is there supposed to be a map or something? Where are you pointing at?
There should be a map.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, we don't see anything.
Yeah. I've been just really good imagining stuff.
Oh, yes, you should see a map.
Okay.
Did you see the splash page at least?
No.
Yeah, I saw the splash page. It was beautiful.
Oh, maybe I need
It
to
was like
reconnect.
you didn't see it, Chris? Yeah. It was like an apocalyptic landscape with the cool font that said Muropa Rising.
Oh,
You don't have
yeah.
anything?
Yeah, no, the splash page. Yeah, sorry, I did see the splash.
Okay, so you're back on the splash page now, and now you should be at the guild hall.
Maybe
Maybe
the
I'll.
tokens are set up wrong.
Bottom left. Here, I'll center you guys here.
Yeah, I don't see. I just see
I'm
a
gonna
gray.
refresh. Maybe it's me. Or maybe it's us, Chris.
I just refreshed it.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything.
Hmm.
I see black now instead of white. And maybe that's the map. Oh, I think. Okay, I see the map now, Chris. So you should refresh again.
Just like refresh the whole page. Like just
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. Lovely. So these are the doors
Okay,
to
there we go.
the Brotherhood of Steel.
Order of Steel.
Order of Steel.
Yes. So these are the large double doors, like gate. Sorry, large like double swinging gate. And to the right of it, you can make out a set of double doors a little bit further down,
Hmm.
leading to somewhere else. You can hear the faint sound of like work being performed in that behind those doors over here.
Mm.
So have we been here before? Like, is this our
This is
first
your
time?
first visit here.
Okay, cool. So we're just joining the mercenary group now, or potentially.
Yes, this is your very beginning. You guys, you've seen some combat before in the past. How old is Clemens, being a human?
27. 26.
27? 26.
2027.
Okay, so you maybe not so much, Clemens, uh, but you would have been practicing with your armor and maybe fighting like smaller
Can.
creatures. Yeah, like you've got some practice, some training. Same with Griggs, like the academy, the university would have trained you to some extent, and you figure you guys will test your metal now, try to make a living out of it. Get some money, get some information. In Griggs' case, just kind of get out there into the world.
Cool. Sounds good. I am looking for information wherever I go to help the university and the general cause of saving the world.
That's right. Gotta help out.
Should we have a look at this board as we're passing by?
Certainly, yeah.
Okay, so up on the board, you see a few things there. There's you can see one of them. It's got the United World Alliance logo at the top left-hand corner, part of the header, and it says enlisting all willing participants to head to the wall at the southern edges of Venaris to do a stretch protecting from the zombie horde. There's another request coming out from the farmers asking for aid just to help protect the arborists in the forest as they're out there logging. And then there's a few other ones there. Just you get the idea that it's just a whole bunch of missions. Uh,
Cool.
but they're all just posted there for everyone to kind of see. And whenever the guild hall can get to it, they pick it up and start doing it.
Okay. Lovely. We can always go help out with the zombies if we
Uh,
want to.
you can also hear from the inside of the compound um, the tinging and clanging of hammer on steel. Clemens, you would probably know this. Like it's very familiar. It sounds like a blacksmith or like a smithy coming from the inside. Somebody's hard at work in there.
Yes, Clemence's curiosity was actually starting to flame up because she was gonna go and check out what people are doing behind those doors. Like, I know that sound. That
Yeah,
sounds
so
like a double-handed Smith metallic bronze hammer. I always wanted to see one.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go check it out.
all right, so you're gonna head over to the doors over here, or you're gonna walk in through the main gate.
I'm
I'm uh, I'm drawn to the doors.
All right, so you head over to the doors over here, and do you just try to push them open? Do you knock?
Knock.
All right, so you knock, uh, and you can hear whoever was working inside this room stops working, but you can still hear the clanging of a hammer coming off in the distance. And you hear a voice call out from in here, "Hey, who's out there?"
Wait, that's me, Clemens. I just heard your beryllium hammer, and I couldn't help but wonder what you're making over there.
"Oh, I don't have a hammer in here. I just got this pitchfork. You must be talking about Osmo. He's out there working."
I'm so curious
And
to come see.
he cracks open the door a little bit, and in front of you, you see a very almost like a simpleton. You know, like um, he's got like a shaved head, a very simple face, a muscular build. Looks like a farm boy. He's dressed in like coveralls. He's got like a shirt on. He's holding a pitchfork in the one hand, and now that the door is open, you get a strong smell of hay and horses coming from this room, uh, and you can guess it's probably a stable. And
Oh.
and this man, he kind of looks like I said, he looks a little like simple minded. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed by any means, but he's uh, yeah, you get the idea of what he is.
Sure, sure.
And he says, "Are you guys here for work? You'll want to head inside and talk with Apple. She's in charge here."
What's your name, buddy?
"Oh, I'm Danny. Everybody just calls me Danny boy."
Danny boy, nice to meet you. I'm Griggs. This is
"Me
Clemens.
too. You have really big uh
Eyebrows.
yeah, eyebrows."
Thank you. All the better to see you with, my son.
"Oh, wow. Can you see really far?"
Farther than most. Yep.
"Wow. You know, sometimes I have a little trouble seeing. That's after a few drinks."
Danny boy, it's been a pleasure. We will surely bump into you again.
"Okay."
Hey, Danny. Thanks for opening the door. And Clemens kind of just like pushes through to go and see what
Oh wait,
other people are working on.
wait, Clemens. Maybe we should go around proper, the front door. Being it
Well,
our first time here.
she's already talking to Oswald about what he's making.
Okay, so you head on in.
Okay.
You just push on through. Ma'am. Uh,
Clemens, really.
I don't know you. Are you supposed to be here? You should really go talk with Apple. She'll get mighty mad." And as you're walking in, you can see that this stable has two horses in it. Uh, One of them looks like none of them are malnourished, but like one's definitely a lot more slender, and the other one's definitely a lot bulkier and more muscular. And you can see that there's a set of like armor for horses hanging on the wall nearby, and saddles nearby. But only two of the stalls are currently occupied by horses.
What colors are they?
The slender one is like a tan brown color with a golden mane, and the other one is like a grayish white with a few black, not spots, but like dark
Apples.
shadings. Yeah, with a like a gray mane.
Lovely. All right. I guess we should talk to Apple. Sorry about that. That looks really good, by the way. What are you making, Oswald?
Oh, can you see through walls? Osmo's not in here.
We don't want to get Danny Boy in trouble. Let's go.
Alright. Sorry, get carried away.
No problem. It's the smell of
Oh.
horses and all that.
Okay, have a good day.
See you, Danny
Nice to meet
Boy.
you, Danny. Ciao. Oops.
Okay, so he closes the door again. You can hear it latch, and he goes back to work. You come over here, and uh, you come up to the main gate, and what do? Do you knock? Do you push it open?
Knock.
Okay, so you stand there and you knock. A moment goes by, no answer. A few more moments, nothing. No. How long do you wait before you do something?
I'm gonna go back to Danny Boy.
Okay.
Knock on the door again here. Say, hey, Danny Boy.
Yeah? Oh, long
Hey.
eyebrows. I just saw you. How's it going?
Very, very good. Very good. Long time no. Yeah. So there's nobody answering the front door. Do you mind coming around and having a look?
Oh, just push it open. Just head on in.
Just head on in, eh? Oh, okay. It's that simple, huh?
You can't restrict traffic through here. People need to come in, make requests, come to work.
Oh, okay.
We just kind of keep the horses safe. We don't want people stealing the horses.
Understood, Danny Boy. Thanks for your time again.
No problem.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
We can just come in? Oh, now we can barge in.
Okay, so you walk on in, and you're met with a rather large building in front of you. Doors directly in front of you down the path. To the left, you can see what looks to be a garden, and to the right, you can just make out a gnome standing over top of an anvil with a hammer in hand in a leather apron, just swinging away at the forge area.
Oh. Yep. And she starts excitedly walking towards the gnome. You must be Oswald, aren't you? Which direction is he? Where's the...
Yeah, he's over here
Okay.
to the right.
Must be Oswald, aren't you?
And this gnome, like mid swing, hammers at the peak, and you call out to him. He looks over. The name's Osmo.
Oh, pardon me. Clemens. Just call me Clemens. Just I'm a fellow smither myself, and what are you making over here?
And as you look over, it's he's just working on a set of horseshoes.
Mm.
And he replies, "You must be new here. Head on into the main hall. Apple will be somewhere, and she'll give you more direction." And he just kind of goes back to clinging away at his hammer at the
Nice win there.
horseshoes.
Nice win there, buddy. Okay.
And he just kind of gives a little head nod with like this look on his face of like, "Oh my god, fucking new guys."
Clemens is like whispering to Griggs, but kind of loudly. Do you think we're overly excited to be here? Okay, I'll turn it down. Now it's just gonna be super serious.
Okay, so heading through the large double doors, uh, going through the double doors in the main entrance, you're met with a long dining table with a large chair at the head. Behind the chair is a raised stage, and in the backdrop is the guild's logo. And you can hear the faint sounds of singing coming from somewhere up ahead.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hello?
How loud do you call out? Do you like just shout it?
I just shouted and see if it echoes or anybody says anything.
So as you call out, the singing stops momentarily. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and out pops this young woman, mid-20s, about the same age as Clemens, with blonde hair tied into a messy bun. And she looks fairly clean, but you can also tell like she's not like all too concerned about her appearance. Um, she's got an apron on currently, um, and she's fairly slender, but doesn't look frail. And she says, "Oh, you must be some new hires. I'm Judy. Nice to meet you. I'm kind of the gardener, cook, custodian of this building. I kind of maintain the place for everybody. Please come on in, grab a seat. I'll go find Apple for you, and I'm sure you guys are excited to get going on your adventures and everything.
We've
But
done this before. I've totally done this before.
oh, okay, good. That's good. We can use some seasoned veterans around here. Uh, so just hold on a moment, and I'll be right back. And you can see Judy begins walking off down another hallway.
Are you muted?
I just called off and said thank you.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
So there's several sets of doors around here. I'm not sure you can see them on the map. There's a set of doors here, another set here that are closed, and then further up you can see there are two sets of like two hallways that are open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Looks cozy, doesn't it?
I'm looking at the stage because I really like performances and shows and stories and books. So
Mm-hmm.
fancy myself a bit of an improv guy. Maybe one day I'll do some stand-up. Depending on how long I'm waiting, I might just kind of inch over to the stage. Just kind of have a look at it there. It's nice. Keep it clean here, kind of relatively. Maybe I'll walk up here.
Yeah, the stage is actually it doesn't look like it's overly used. On occasion, it probably does get used, but it looks like it's been a while. The curtains are all a little faded from time. They're not as vibrant as they once were. Everything's kind of muted, you know, being going through such tough times.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna cast a message cantrip.
Okay.
And just basically I can whisper a message to someone I can see, and even if I can't see them, if I know them. So I'm just gonna whisper over to Clemens a joke, like faking holding up a microphone, and just being a little cocky, like da-da-da. So no one else can hear it, just her.
Okay. Nice.
Do you have a joke in mind or no?
Nope.
Yeah, I figured if you had a joke, you would have said it at that point. Okay, so eventually you hear footsteps coming back. Another set fairly heavier than the other, and out pops from the hallway Judy again, and another woman comes out, and this woman, a beautiful but battle-hardened middle-aged woman, like in her 40s, mid to late 40s, with flowing brown hair and soft facial features, dressed in plate armor embellished with the logo of the Mercenaries Guild on the chest, and carries a matching sword and shield. The shield on her back, but the sword at her hip. And she comes out and says, "You must be the new hires. Welcome. My name is Apple Schmidt. I will be the one who delegates the missions to you. So just tell me a little bit about yourself. What kind of work you're looking for, your past experiences. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. You, no, you go. Tell me.
Me or yes. Well, my name is Dr. Grindley, Dr. Drindle Gringley, and this is Clemens, my associate, and together we have come to not just for adventure, but to actually make a difference in this fragile world. So anything you have for us that we can do to contribute to the zombie hordes and or the climate change or whatever else is pressing. Thank you very much.
Oh, you are idealist, yes?
Oh yes, there's always something that we can do. Cannot give up.
Hmm. I like the attitude. I hope you keep it once you get out into the world and you can see the ugliness that's out there. But it's nice and refreshing to see somebody so eager. And you eccentric one, little short lady, tell me about yourself. What do you want to see in the world? What do you want to do?
So I was like, my name is Clemens, and I'm actually, you know what? I think that life is a game, and you're either a player or a toy. So here I am. Playing.
That's a great philosophy. You can never be too careful. You need to make sure you're always the player and not the toy. That's good. That's good.
I love your accent, by the way.
Thank you. I've had it my whole life.
Are you from Prudence, or where are you from?
I've spent most of my time in Venaris. But like so many, we all came from somewhere else before the war and the zombie outbreak. So yeah, this is a new beginning for us here. I kind of came here, set up the guild hall. There was ample work for us, and I figure why not coat my pockets? Why should somebody else get all the gold?
You go, girl. I mean, respect.
And you can see she, like her hardened face kind of slips for a moment and just briefly cracks a smile as you say it. And then it goes back to the stoic look. And she says, well, should we just get down to business then? Absolutely. And she kind of walks up and takes a seat at the head of the table and gestures each of you to grab a chair and pull up and have a seat.
And stamps over and tries to take a seat, but she slips a little bit. So she kind of like her elbow slips from the table. She like falls down and like pretends like nothing happened, trying to keep her composure.
Okay, so you both sit down, and Apple goes on. So I'll tell you how this works. The contracts come into me. I offer it to the mercenary groups, the like such as yourselves. Is there just the two of you?
Yeah, we roll tight.
Okay.
We pack a punch.
It may be a little difficult for you all out there, but I'll see what I can do. But first, I'm going to tell you how this works. So the contracts come in. I delegate them out. I give options. I'm not going to just do one at a time, saying this is your mission. You have to do it. Uh, but I always do take a cut. You know, like that's how you run a business. I can't just do all this work for free. The building doesn't stay up by itself, right? So it's just a modest little fee. It's a percentage off the top, and then the rest goes to you all, split however you wish.
What are we
So
talking? 5% or
mm, it depends.
it depends, right? Okay.
You know, varying degrees. But I assure you, the vast majority of it goes to you. So, for examples, if I do need you to prove yourselves to me as capable individuals, so I do have this contract here, and she reaches into her armor and pulls out this piece of parchment and slides it into the middle of the table, in between both of you evenly, and says, "So this one here, recently a ship has washed ashore. It's all broken. It's a shipwreck. It kind of just appeared on the coastline recently after the tsunami. And for security purposes, the UWA would like us to just go out and check it. They don't have the resources or the time to care about something petty as this, but they're willing to pay us. So this contract, pays 120 gold pieces. I'm going to take 20 off the top, and the rest is split amongst you all, however you see fit.
So that's what 10%. Clemens
A little under
matters to herself.
10%. Yeah,
Um,
just a little under. It's not so much a percentage as it is just rounding numbers off.
That's more than 10%, but that's okay. Griggs pays full price for everything. He's going to
Oh,
stand up,
it's
stand up on his chair, reach across the table so he can actually reach the parchment, skim his finger across, say, folds it up, says, "Deal. You got a deal. 20 gold. No problem."
perfect. Even if there was a problem, you don't have a say in the matter because you just wouldn't be employed. So I'm glad you guys come to terms with this. It's good.
But no sweat, right? I mean, this was very easy and quick. I hope you agree.
It was very nice. You
You
know,
can expect
sometimes they
this,
come in here trying to haggle, and I'm
right?
just like, listen, it doesn't work like that. You just, you know, if you want to work, you take the pay. If you don't want to work, you can go somewhere else.
How
So,
disrespectful would it be for me to walk in here and demand some other kind of structure that you've already have agreed upon with other people? I just don't get it. The gall of some people.
thank you. Yes, this is a well-known establishment. I can't be
Right?
playing favorites with other people. You know, it's all about equality here.
Fantastic. We're gonna get along great, Apple.
Perfect. I'm glad to hear it. So let me take you around the facility here. Just give you an idea of what's going on. So she goes around and she says, if you will just follow me. And she leads you around and she says, all right, this down here. These are the barracks. You are free to come in here and sleep your worries away for the night.
Wow.
Uh, Free lodging for all those employed here. You've already met Judy. She's kind of the cook. Uh, it's not like an inn though. There are no orders placed. You know, she sets meals up at certain times. Just let her know you're here. That way she can cook enough food to accommodate.
Understood.
Okay, and we continue on, moving around. In here, this is the archive.
Mm.
Ooh.
Uh, this is more of like a study room, library. You come in here, do your research, so on and so forth. Down at the end of the hall, this is the planning room. There's an overall map of the area, few other maps, scrolls, general information that could be useful for you.
Mm.
Nice.
Moving on, we have a mail room, mostly just for letters coming in and out. Uh, if you guys prove yourselves to me with this first mission, we'll set up a slot for each of you for mail coming and going, and we'll be sure to send it off to whoever's required. Moving on, this is my private bath. Do not go in there, please. Uh,
Which one? I want to make sure I
Clem.
get this right. Which one was that?
this one. This is the
Okay,
private
so it's
bathroom.
locked. Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's locked. Down at the end of the hall here is my room. Again, please do not go into the room. It's my private area. Pressing forward, these are more bedrooms, but they are for the uh, how do I say full-time staff here. So we have a boy up front, Danny, a blacksmith, Osmo, the cook, Judy, and then we do have a healer, uh, Corky, who also stays here. So these rooms also off limits, unless of course they invite you in. Okay.
Mm.
Continuing on and around.
I'm gonna jump over the table and come back down.
Yeah, and here
Hard with
this
my short
is
legs.
this is a like more of a private meeting room opposed to the banquet hall. If it's a like if I was to meet with like a representative of the god's vassals, let's say, I would come in here and have a one-on-one conversation with them, but it is available to everybody. In here, this is the bathroom. Feel free to use it. This is the general populace's bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Now we will take a step outside.
Oh, over there. Ooh.
Okay. So we do grow most of our own produce here to kind of be a little self-reliant. Uh, Again, most of this is taken care of by Judy. Oh, I passed by the kitchen, but that's okay. We can loop back. Are any of you religious?
I wouldn't call it that.
No, not a big deal. It's not my concern. I'm just here to. And here, this is the chapel. So the chapel. This is again Corky's kind of thing.
Pardon me, remind me who's Corky?
Uh, Corky, why don't you introduce yourself? And you can see this gnome woman, a young female gnome. So Griggs, she would probably be like 70, 60
Okay.
comparatively. So like fairly young.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Female with a vibrant complexion and red hair tied into pigtails and dressed in sacramental robes with a mace on her back. Uh, and she stands up, turns around, and looks at all of you and says, "Well, top of the morning to ya. Welcome, my name's Corky. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see new faces in here."
Do a little bow and I say, "Good afternoon. My name is Griggs. Pleasure is all mine." And I forget to introduce
Oh,
Clemens. Oh, and this is Clemens.
Hi.
oh, well, welcome. Uh, Sorry, I'm trying to get this accent here, bouncing between the two accents. um, What? Okay. Oh, it's nice to finally meet you guys. Apple's been talking about getting some new recruits in here, and it's finally nice to see everybody. Please come on in. This is the chapel. It's not much, but it's somewhere to come and pray if you want.
Uh,
Much appreciated. Thank you, Orky.
Yeah.
oh yes,
Well,
pray,
aren't you
pray.
just the cutest thing? And she just kind of walks up to you, Clemens, and says, "Look at all these little knickknacks and baubles you got on you. Isn't this so nice? You're so shiny."
Yes, I'm very excited about my inventions. So this one, actually, what it does is that it helps you fold the clothes when you're done washing them in the river. And what this one does is
Whoa,
actually, and then
wow.
she keeps going on.
And Corky is being super polite and seems interested, and she's just going along with it, letting you just rant. And then Apple comes in. All right, you guys can save this for another time, Corky. Oh, okay, yes, sure. We can always do this again. Sometimes Clemens, you said.
Yes, call me Clemens.
Well, it was
Nice to meet
lovely
you,
meeting
Corky.
you.
And she gives you, Clemens gives Corky like a hug.
She warmly embraces you back, hugging you back, like a full, like not just like a random stranger hug. Like this is like a friendly hug going all in. And
Right.
Apple speaks up. Actually, Corky, you will be going with them this mission. Um, just as a
Ah.
little tag along to make sure they you'll be giving them the assessment basically. I want your opinion on them in action. Oh, okay. And Corky agrees to it. And then Apple looks over at you guys and says, "If that's okay with you guys, of course."
Clement is like, well, she's basically like my sister from another mother, so pose.
Just want to make it clear we do not need the assistance, but we will gladly take it, considering the assessment and all. Not a
Right,
problem.
yes. What he said.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad we've come to terms here. Uh, let's just continue on doing a quick tour of the area.
Clemens
Uh,
gets enough courage to ask Apple. Apple, we have a very serious question. I have a very serious question that I'd like to ask before we continue our business relationship.
Please
Um,
go ahead.
what is your stance on the the cranberry punch at the bar downtown? Cranberry
Uh,
punch?
I myself prefer something a little stronger and straight. I'm partial to rum myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like a nice
Mm-hmm.
spiced rum is
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
beautiful. But I've heard great things about it. It looks delicious.
Got it. Yep. Totally cool. Totally cool.
Um, but that was a serious question you had?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see. I have this whole philosophy about what kind of drinks people like, and I just really seem to vibe with people who like that cranberry punch. But that's okay. That's no problem. Totally
Uh,
fine.
yeah, and Corky kind of like gives you a little elbow and like a big smile and a huge thumbs up. But continuing on, Apple continues touring you around. She shows you over here. This is the training yard. We have dummies set up. You can perform your archery if that's your thing. Sword skills, whatever you need to do.
I lost Apple.
In the corner over here.
Oh, there.
So this is the training area. Uh, Over here is the
That's
range.
awful.
Mm.
Yeah, this is our supply shed. Osmo, he is our quartermaster. He's in charge of supplies. Uh,
Clemens
Also,
is
is
going
a
to vigorously
blacksmithing.
wave at him as she already known him for years. Hi, Ozmo.
He looks over at you. Uh, as he noticed Apple approaching, he put the hammer down and gave her like a nod of respect. Sees you waving vigorously and just kind of waves like reluctantly, but still gives you the respect to wave back.
I'm going to.
And he says, "Yes, yes, we've already met." Uh,
Apple, I
oh,
gotta
good.
tell you, Osmo, this guy has such a great swing. Really. That hammer is pretty heavy and he's going right at it. Look at those beautiful, forget what it called, hoofs. Beautiful hoofs.
I'm gonna whisper with the message cantrip to her, say, "You had 11, bring it to like a 6."
Yes, Osmo's quite skilled artisan. That's why we keep him here. He takes care of the horses as well as supplying all of the peoples we have employed here. Very skilled. We also have continuing over here uh, more supply sheds. They are locked. Do like just to keep a closer tab on all our supplies. We don't want them going missing. This building here is the stables. Do you guys have horses?
Unfortunately, we do not.
Okay. We don't really have horses for the mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I keep my horse in here, and we have one other horse for more for messages. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as like a courier. You know, running into town quickly, grabbing some things, stuff like that.
If we were to acquire some horses, you have room to stable them?
There is some room, yes. There's, I believe, 3 empty stalls.
Ah, perfect.
So there is some room here. Uh, of course, the cost of oats and uh, food would be your responsibilities, though.
Sure.
But the lodging is available for when you do come back and need rest.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This looks like the start of a beautiful friendship, Apple.
I believe it will be quite nice. And Corky's been following you around the entire time. I just didn't feel like dragging her.
Sure.
Uh,
Clemens wants to ask another question. Apple, I have another question I'd like to ask. Not such a big deal as the previous one, but I'm just curious as to what you think about the current political situation in town.
um, I think it's a little too early in our friendship to be talking about politics.
Well, it's not quite a friendship, is it? We're kind of like business partners.
Oh.
Um, just kind of. Let's just put it this way. Let's say this. I'm indiscriminate to whoever's paying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what's your purpose? What's the purpose of this guild per se?
Well, I do believe that protecting the people and society is quite important. You know, I've
Mm-hmm.
spent quite a few years um working freelance myself, but without a guild or like a group to kind of protect us. It was very much in the open, and you would get double crossed a lot. People
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't pay, you know. So I decided instead of having all those risks, why not just make it more
Mm-hmm.
streamlined?
Mm-hmm.
So we've set up this establishment as a reputable source of adventurers to come in and provide a service to the people that otherwise wouldn't be able to do it. Ultimately, we are here to help people.
Lovely, lovely. I respect that, as I said before. Thank you, Apple, for sharing.
You are very welcome, you curious girl. So if there's no other questions about the compound and anything along those lines, I am free to answer any questions you have about that mission. Yes, Clemens.
When's your birthday?
Oh my God.
Let's keep this professional for now.
So this boat went wrecked ashore. I'm just cutting
Yes.
straight to it.
All right. So it's just along the shore. It shouldn't be too hard to find. It's a little bit further south than we are currently.
How many day walk?
Uh, okay. Let's go to the map room, and I'll show you.
You got it.
Okay. So she pulls out this map of Venaris, and so you guys are currently probably somewhere. Like you're gonna be near the market and the military.
Mm.
So I'm gonna put an X. Uh, be nice orange X. So I'm gonna say the guild hall is probably somewhere like here,
Okay, cool.
Nice.
and so that's the guild hall, and you guys would need to go down over here
Mm-hmm.
for the shipwreck. So distance-wise, you go down there and over. So it's 100 kilometers. I should put this in miles since all my other stuff's in miles.
It's kind of surprising because Canada uses mostly metric system.
Yeah. Um, but this is a US game.
Oh.
Mhm.
Like, that's one of those, you get a lot of complaints, well, I see on the internet. It's
Mm.
like, why don't they just have, like, a metric conversion for, like, the rest of the world instead of just focusing on one country? But who knows? How many kilometers are in a mile? It's 3.4.
Two something.
Kilometers in
Something.
a mile. Kilometers in mile.
Well, I'm going to round up to 3. Safe side.
One kilometer is 0.62 miles.
So about two.
All right,
2.2.
so about 2. All right, so 2.2.
1.6 kilometers makes 1 mile.
1.6 kilometers.
We all like using different. Just tell me, like, how many miles is it? 100 miles is 160 kilometers, y'all.
That's what I said.
Yeah, and then
1.6 times 5 is 8. Yeah, so 3 is pretty close to what I meant. All right. So let's go 45 miles at so it would be about a day's travel walking, let's say, to get there. You make it in a day, moving at a fairly fast pace. But you're going to be walking through the city, so you'll be walking over roadways. It's not going to be like difficult terrain, unless you walk along the coast. The sand might slow you down a bit. But
there's no public transport, right?
no, like you could probably hail a taxi, like a carriage, to get you there. They'd be able to get you there quite a bit quicker, but you'd have to pay for that.
Yeah. It's good cardio.
Okay.
Corky, you okay with walking?
Absolutely.
It's like Corky.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I don't mind the good walk. It's good to stretch the legs once in a while. Get up from all that kneeling.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, you guys are free to go about it. There's no big rush or time frame on this. Just go there, investigate it. The UWA is interested in knowing uh, where it came from. Is this a potential threat we need to concern ourselves with? Just go there, investigate the area, and report back with anything you find.
Oakley dokley.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You got it. Clement is gonna whisper into Greek's mind. What's a CWA?
UWA?
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
she
that's
said.
the military alliance. You would know that as an individual in this world. It's one of the
Oh,
factions.
UW. Oh, okay. United
Yeah,
World.
yeah, they're the military force. They're kind of
Okay.
set out for security and everything. That's why they're the ones requesting somebody go there and look at it. Like they're focusing more on protection of the city from the zombies and everything at the moment. So, like looking at a shipwreck, not very high on their tier list, but the citizens and everybody wants to know because there have been tentacles appearing in the waters. So they're wondering like, is this like what's going on?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, before we leave, do I have my familiar out yet, or should I cast it?
Um, I'll say you've already used the incense. That way you don't have to worry about the 50 gold pieces or whatever, 25.
Oh yeah, good call. I'm gonna keep track of that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So like if you want to change the familiar, you do need that
The gold worth
the
for the
incense.
incense. Yeah,
Yeah, the gold. Like you don't need the incense per se, but you need the gold equivalent, and then you can buy it.
sure. So, form of spider.
Okay, so you're just gonna have a little spider.
Yeah.
You.
So if there's nothing else, I'm going to go back and continue on with some work I have. But feel free to come in and use the facilities. They're open to you for now, unless you don't prove yourself, and then they will be closed off.
Okay.
Right.
Um. Yeah, Griggs might want to have a real quick look at that library. Clemens, do you mind, Corky, if we go into that library and just see? I'm curious what they have in terms of good fiction or nonfiction.
Oh,
Sure.
sure. Go and do what you like. We've got time. There's no rush, as Apple said.
Oh, good.
I'll just. How long do you think you'll be?
I'm just gonna have a quick skim. I'm not gonna sit down and read anything. I just want to see what
Okay,
they
I'll
have.
just. I'll wait out here then, if that's okay.
Sure.
I like the outdoors.
All right, Corky.
Clement is gonna clean all the gears or whatever, oil her machine armor.
Okay.
It's
So Griggs, you head into the library. It's they got like a set of like encyclopedias, like the Britannica Encyclopedia equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Just like all the volumes are there. They also have a bunch of uh, other like there's some fiction, some nonfiction, but most of it's nonfiction.
Sure.
That's the factual stuff,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So it's mostly nonfiction. Uh, there's a very small section of fictional books for people that just want to read for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like, there's a wide assortment of just general knowledge. Some of these are like they get into like specifics about like flora and fauna and stuff like that. Uh, but there's a wide collection, but like there's nothing super specific.
Nothing that pops out that looks rare or. Yeah. Okay. I might. I recognize 2 or 3 of these fiction books I haven't read yet, So I'm gonna pop one into my pocket, and
Okay, and what kind of genre are you popping in your pocket?
it's like a romance novel, I guess, a cheesy romance novel.
Okay,
Twilight Zone. Oh no, was
yeah,
it Twilight? Just
Like
Twilight.
like a Fabio on the cover.
yeah.
Maybe it's
50 Shades of
easy.
Metal.
Maybe it's easy. Or no, I don't know. Not some classic. It's like pulp kind of garbage.
Okay, it takes a pulp romance.
That's funny.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a good idea of what your characters are like, and
Oh, me too, man. Me
Trying
too.
to build them up as we play.
yeah, well, that's why I'm asking you all these questions. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
like give me more backstory. Tell me about yourselves. But I'll come. Okay.
He is looking for good like sources of information, but those fiction books didn't look worth the time, so he's just gonna grab that one fiction.
Yeah, like the Thielman's University would definitely have like this collection of books and then so much more. So there's nothing really here that pops out to you.
Okay, cool.
But like there is useful information, like if you need to reference something or something.
Yeah. Okay. All
All
set,
right.
guys.
Is there anything you guys would like to do before you begin heading over there to the shipwreck?
Um, we don't really have much goal to get like healing potions or anything like that, right?
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah.
So whatever your starting gold is,
Yeah, 15 is that
yeah.
much. I have proficiency with alchemist supplies and tools. Can I
Okay.
make anything with them before we go out, or
Um, let me see. I'll, uh, if I remember correctly, um, you can do stuff,
mm-hmm.
but I think you need downtime
Okay.
to do it.
Okay.
Like you can, like if you want, you can spend some time and do stuff like alchemy crafting. You can use this tool proficiency to create alchemical items. The character can
Mm-hmm.
spend money to collect raw material.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 50 gold pieces for every 1 pound of material.
Okay. So
I'll make you do a check, and then on a long rest, you can use them to make like acid, alchemist fire, antitoxins, oils,
yeah.
perfumes, or soap, along
Cool.
with other things.
Maybe I'll start collecting things on the way, and then at some point I'll make something.
Okay.
Not right now, cause I don't have much. So
Yeah. To make healing potions, I think it's a herbalism kit,
I'm okay.
but I'd have to check the books.
That sounds right. Okay. Thanks.
I just
Uh,
realized I have a cool thing. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead.
Uh, where is it? Here. Scribe's Insight. Uh, Halfway through it says starting at 3rd level, you can cast the magic mouth spell with this trait, and you regain the ability to cast it when you finish a long rest. So I don't know if that counts as a spell slot,
Uh,
because from the beginning it says you can also cast comprehend language once with this trait, and you regain the ability to cast when you finish the short.
I think it does.
yeah. So I don't think it.
It's no spell slot, right?
Yeah, because it just says using this trait.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. So you can use that once per long rest, I guess. Once per day.
So magic mouth, that's a long thing, but I can basically put a spell into an object and give that object to somebody. Oh wait,
Right. So you would have seen the same thing happen when Yeezy was walking in front of you. Like
right.
that mage cast a spell to create the image of Yeezy, and then that magic box he was spinning, had a magic mouth spell cast on it.
Sick.
Mm.
Okay, I misinterpreted that. I forgot what that was. But so maybe I can't think of anything to use it for right now.
But it is useful in the future for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the only thing I will do for sure is mage armor for 8 hours.
Okay, so let's bump up the. What's your dex?
2. So 15
2?
in total.
15 total. Okay, good to know. Okay. So you guys are heading to the shipwreck, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So heading to the shipwreck. Now, do you want to go during the day or night?
If we go
Because it's
during
going
the
to be about a
day,
day's worth of travel to get there. So, like, you guys can decide to, stay in an inn or something for the night, or you guys can show up at night.
mm-hmm. Like if we leave as it gets dark, we can travel through the night and get there during the day. No, we're gonna have to rest at some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Clemens? You want to sleep in a tent when we get there? Or?
I say we go out now and yeah, we'll stay by here, take a rest somewhere not far from the place if we need to.
We should
All right.
grab a tent then before we go.
I'm sure they have something here we can borrow, right, Gorky?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you can talk to Osmo and find something nearby. I'm sure he's got a tent in there somewhere.
All right, let's go ask Osmo.
All right, so you guys head over to Osmo, and he puts the hammer down and looks at you guys and says, "I'm not going to get any work done today, am I?
We'll be
What can I
resting.
do for you guys?"
We realized we might need a tent before we head out because it's going to be a day's journey. Would you happen to have something sitting around?
Tent. Yeah, I think we got some tents. And Osmo's going to walk into the supply shed, spend a minute. You can hear him moving stuff around, shuffling things. At one point, you hear him curse out some words. And then he comes back with a tent in his hands and hands it to you and says, "All right, here you go. I just need you to sign here saying you're taking it out of the inventory."
Yeah, sure, no
I love
problem.
it.
And
All
we
right,
go.
so you sign your name, one tent out. All right. Is there anything else you guys are going to need?
Clemens, anything else? Nope,
Ah,
we're
she's
good.
rummaging through her pockets. She's like, I think we're good.
Thanks again, Osmo. Let you get back to work.
All right, thanks. Good luck out there.
Thanks, bye.
And he picks up his hammer and gets back to work.
Cool. So before we hit
Lovely.
the road, could we have a 5-minute smoke break?
Yeah, we'll take a quick
Oh,
break.
for real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a real one. Sorry.
Is Griggs a smoker too? Does he smoke cigarettes? Because that's something we never bring up. It's like, does anybody have any like bad habits?
Right.
Like, does anybody smoke? Does anybody like?
Mm,
I hadn't even thought of
maybe a pipe.
like when you asked are we drinking, I was like, I haven't decided this character's habits.
Yeah.
I know.
While I'm having a smoke, I'll think about it.
Okay. All right. So a quick 5-minute recess, and we will be back.
Okay.
Oh.
Back? Oh.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Whole,
just
whole lot of
doing.
us.
Yeah. Long rest. Cool. Changes. All right. And your spell slots are working? Oh, it says your mage armor is all. Your level 1 spells are all gone. Chris.
Chris, did you add the infusion?
No. I don't know. Should I just remember it and add one to my stuff?
I already fixed that.
Oh, you did.
Ooh.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh.
It says just for attack rolls. It didn't say anything about saving throws or anything, so I
Yeah.
think I got it figured out.
So my spell attack was 5. Now it's 6, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It would have been your intelligence plus proficiency bonus. So I think that's 5.
Okay. Yeah.
This gives you the +1. You used 1 spell slot for mage armor.
Okay. So
I reset the API script, so it should start keeping track.
cool.
Lovely.
All right, so we're ready to start up again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So continuing on, I'm just going to write this down. 1 hour, 17 minutes. Break. Okay. So you guys press forward, traveling through the city throughout the day. You want to take a coach cab, or are you just going to walk the whole time?
We
We're
have.
gonna walk.
I was gonna say walk. Yeah. So you take it.
Okay. So you walk the whole day. You find an inn to stay in for the night. How nice of an inn do you want to find? On a
Cheapest
scale
one.
of 1 to 6, 6 being the most expensive, 1 being the cheapest.
Not
The
a
cheapest
1.
one.
No, not a 1. We're gonna
I
get
like my
robbed.
money. Are you paying, Griggs?
Shit. I'll pay for your room. Yeah. If we go to a 3, I'd
A
say a
3?
10. Yeah.
All right. So now, is it 1 room, or are you getting 2 rooms, 1 each?
Since she doesn't want to pay, we're getting 1 room.
All right. So that's going to be 5 silver pieces.
Okay. And was it 9 silver
Uh,
and a gold or 10 silver and a gold?
10 silver and a gold.
Okay.
Corky will pay for their own room because you guys are going to get paid at the end of it. She's obviously going to get a share of it.
Sure.
Oh, whoa.
Well, she's helping like that, or she can just literally stand there and watch you guys.
No, of course, no. We need her help.
Yeah.
That's good. Clemens is just she she likes her money and she needs the gold. Like her main kind of deal is that the inventions and those such
Yeah.
and like resources cost money. So in order to do her hobby, which is doing inventions and creating things, she can just make it out of thin air. So
Right.
trying to accumulate as much gold as possible to be able to get the best resources and metals.
Okay. So what we will do then. All right, so that's all paid for. You continue on, and you're pressing up to the shipwreck. You head down to the coast, and you begin walking down the coast looking for this shipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the sand giving way beneath your feet walking along the coast. There are no waves. The water's eerily still. This is from climate change, as you'll know. The upper layers of the currents just kind of stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Like there might be the occasional, the wind might occasionally bring some waves in, but today's pretty calm. Everything's quiet and still. The sky still lays dark from the meteor strike, and in the distance you can make out what looks like part of a ship accompanied by the odor of decayed flesh.
Mm.
Mm.
Uh,
You smell that?
absolutely.
Is it you? Did you not shower again?
Griggs is trying to determine if it smells like zombie flesh or just normal rotting organic matter.
Uh, Give me a perception check.
Sure.
First roll of the new campaign.
Hey, hey.
Ooh.
Trying to get a smell of it, it's hard to distinguish between zombie flesh and just regular dead, decaying organic matter. Um, and with the stiff smell of the like the sea. Like you get a lot of seaweed smell. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. It's hard for you to pick out if this is undead or dead.
Okay.
But looking forward, you can see what looks to be like half, like the front of the ship of a seafaring vessel that's been washed ashore. There's pieces everywhere, and it looks like there's like a rowboat and some other crates and stuff that have been washed ashore and nearby as like an intermediary between you and the ship.
Okay, before we get too close, I'm going to let Clemens and Corky know I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Right.
Go for it. Your move.
Concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind putting the concentration thing up there, Chris?
Sure.
Oh, sorry. You can't even see your token.
I could do it on
We
the...
see the splash.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Don't
So let's
put
bring you to the shipwreck.
Okay. This one.
Yeah. All right. So you're concentrating presence of magic within 30 feet of you. So I would have put 30 foot save status. Okay. So where you're currently standing, you don't detect any magic. Well, apart from Clemens, like her whole armor at this point. Clemens, are you like encased in your armor? Have you turned on your magic armor?
I guess now would be a good time to turn it on. So all the jewelry rings, metal rings that I have on my arms and ears and fingers, they all kind of like start extending, like the little nanorobots kind of connect all of them, and it becomes armor.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, and are you keeping your head out, or are you going full on Iron Man?
I will keep my helmet off for now.
For now.
It takes a
Okay.
bonus action to put it on, so.
Yeah, not a big deal. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so pressing forward.
Mm-hmm.
Griggs, you don't detect any magic currently.
Okay.
So as you can see, there is some debris all over the place, but this looks like there's stuff you could hide behind if you want over here to approach. But can I get everybody to give me a perception check?
Sure.
Sir.
Might have
Perception.
advantage to whisper. I'm going to take that off.
Yeah, an advantage toggle if you don't mind.
Okay, good.
Perception. A 9
Oops.
from Clemens,
Mm,
and a 2. Oh, sorry, a 4 from Clemens, a 9 from Corky, and a 13 from Griggs.
the 20 doesn't count. God damn it.
No, unfortunately. So I also don't think I changed yours. Did I change yours? Yeah, okay. Just put you on normal. Okay. So, Griggs, as Clemens and Corky are kind of Corky's kind of like just in awe of what just happened with Clemens' rings and everything. You know, they kind of strike up a conversation. You know, there's a whole bunch of like small talk basically, and they're not really focusing as much as you are, being the scholar. Like you're the one that wants to observe and like think and like just get a better feel for everything. And taking a look around, you do see movement of some large quadruped walking along the top of the ship. You can make it out as you're looking through the railings. You can see some sort of movement quickly. Not really, like the thing isn't moving quick, but like you quickly see them.
Okay. I'll put up my hand kind of to signal for them to be quiet, and kind of signal like up to the ship and go like kind of motion to be quiet, and maybe start moving towards some cover that's a little closer to the ship. Like, could we get cover from there or maybe from this thing?
Yeah, you guys can definitely try to get some cover from up in here. Like the crates and the rowboat would definitely be enough for you to, since you're all fairly short, two gnomes and a just short human. You guys can definitely crouch or crawl behind everything.
Okay, yeah, so I'll make my way up to here, I guess. And
And as you get closer, the smell of the decaying matter gets stronger.
great. So I'll probably use the message cantrip and point at them and say, "There's one quadruped up there. Can you see it, Clemens?"
Ah,
Can I get stealth rolls from everybody?
yeah. Uh-huh. Stealth throws.
Do you want the spider to roll stealth?
Do you have the spider out?
I have like his thing up here. I don't know if I can roll it. I don't have a token for him. It's got a +4.
Like it's not a giant spider. Like it's just a like I'm not gonna worry too much about this little spider.
Sure, sure.
Okay, so we got a 9, 18, and 18. Not bad
Nice.
for heavy armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm wearing the Guardian version of it.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. To know. Okay, so as you get closer, as you get moving in closer, you can see now there is you can see there are two of these giant like monitor lizards walking around, um, but they are definitely
Whoa.
decayed. Like parts of their body have rotted off, and they have this glazed look over their eyes. Um, like some bones are protruding out, but they still seem to be walking around.
Huh.
And they seem to be climbing on top of this shipwreck.
Cool.
He's gonna scribble some notes in his book real quick, based on what he just saw there. These are new to him, I think, probably.
Wow, they're so big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are definitely quite large, to the point where I'd say almost all of you could probably like jump on them and ride them like a horse almost. Like they're big enough for you to mount.
Clemens is
Maybe
going
not
to,
so much Clemens,
yeah.
but Griggs and Corky can definitely easily mount these two.
How tall are gnomes in centimeters?
They're like 3 to 4 feet. So you'd probably have
100?
like at least a foot. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's like
Like a foot.
yeah. I'm trying to think of the metric equivalent. Four is 10 centimeters, so 4 times 3, so like 30 centimeters shorter than you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Clemens is going to press a button and put on her helmet.
Okay. And for the most part, like they don't notice you guys yet, and they seem pretty intent on climbing over this ship and getting to the top of it to like the deck.
Does it seem like they're going for something specific, or they're like kind of wandering, scavenging?
You can give me a survival or insight.
Sure. Saving throw.
Also have a question.
Yeah.
As part of the world, I guess like we would know that zombie creatures are not really prone to negotiations and stuff, so there's no point in really trying to talk to them, right?
Um,
Or is it something we should find out?
I would say, as citizens of this planet, you would know that zombies are pretty mindless. Like
Yeah.
there's no record of people negotiating with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like think of the typical zombie movie where like somebody just converts and they're holding a gun up and they're like, just stop, man. Just stop right there. And the zombie just keeps trudging forward. They shoot a few rounds into them and they just and they keep moving forward. It's the same type of deal.
Hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
We will try it one day. We will try to communicate with them, but
But yeah, as of right now, they have not noticed you yet.
Mm-hmm. So, what
15
should we
insight. Did
do?
that tell me if they're going for something specific or?
Oh, right. The insight. With 15 insight, you get the idea that like it's odd for zombies being like carrying scavengers to like if they're heading somewhere, there's a good chance they're going towards something.
Mhm.
Like they're not smart enough to have ulterior motives or goals. It's usually the need to feed.
Mhm.
Ooh, so maybe they're
There might be somebody
smelling
alive still up there.
somebody alive in there. Yeah.
Mhm. Potentially. We should probably act quickly if we want to save whatever might be living.
Yes.
Do you want to do a surprise attack against these?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can hear me talking to the helmet and I say, yes.
Okay. Let's at the same time hit two different ones. No, let's hit the front one, the one closest to us, together, same time.
Okay, so you guys are going to initiate a sneak attack. So let's just go ahead and throw initiative out there. You guys will get the surprise round,
Sure.
but let's just get the initiative going.
Oh,
Make sure you click on your token.
hey, it's got a little message that pops up if you do it wrong.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's me.
nice.
in orange, even.
A 12.
Yeah, nice. So I'll change you to the 19.
Cool.
Griggs, 19.
So,
Clemens,
Corky.
Corky.
you know what
Initiative.
I didn't know about Find Familiars is they can't attack at all.
No, this isn't like the Pact to the Chain or whatever, Warlock, where you get the familiar.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this one's a little different.
it's more like just scouting or.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't too concerned about getting you stat blocks or something.
Okay, yeah, so he won't even be doing much. There we go.
No.
Although
Okay.
he can cast a spell for me, so if I get him in a good position, he can cast like a touch spell if I get him on somebody, or even like a
Yeah.
ranged spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I did. Okay, cool. And that was okay. Sending. All right, so you guys get your first round of attacks off. So let's start with Griggs. What are you doing?
He's just
What
going
what are
to
you casting?
cast a ray of frost.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, it's a little low. Have to call portent in advance. So
Okay, so an 8, unfortunately, these guys don't have any armor on them. And an 8 is just enough to hit this creature.
Ho, ho, ho.
So you're going to deal 6 points of cold damage.
and they are movement is halved.
Movement is halved. Okay, good to know. Very nice.
Reduced by 10. Sorry.
Reduced by 10. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. And that brings us up to Clemens.
Go, Clemens. She's going to shoot a magic missile.
All right, so the magic missile spell, you get to shoot 3 of them. So I'm actually going to go into your spell page. I'm going to change that because it's annoying. I don't know why they haven't fixed this on their end.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
3d4 plus 3. You
Oh.
can, at higher level casting, it's 1d4 plus 1. Okay, so now if you were to cast it again at first level, let's give you back your spell slot. There you go. Now it does the full amount of damage.
Oh,
But
great.
I'll give you I'll give you a 4 for the first roll
Gosh.
instead of the 1.
Oh, thanks. So 6,
So
7,
6, 7 plus 3 is
10.
10 damage. Nice.
Yeah.
10 damage. Whoops.
I'll shoot. I guess I'll shoot one of those.
Okay. So, and then Corky is going to cast a cantrip. She's going to cast Sacred Flame, and they're gonna have to make a Dex save.
Oh.
Did you try clicking show this spell description? Yeah. Oh, it's not even letting me do it. What do you know? Oh well. Sacred Flame. There you go. So they gotta make a Dex save. Dex. Failing, so they're going to take 3 points of radiant damage. And this creature is looking pretty weak. You can see as the magic missiles come in and hit it, bits of flesh fly off of this creature and spatter against the wood. The ray of frost kind of coats the wood and this creature in this layer of ice, slowing it down, and the sacred flame kind of produces this mystic glow of like divine energy, kind of like a sparkler almost, like coming down over top of it. And we are jumping into initiative. And at the top of the round, you hear this bellowing roar come from inside this ship.
Oh no.
And you see 3 darts come flying out through, like, from the inside of the ship outward towards the one lizard here that's right over top on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
so the first 2 hit, and the third one misses. That's my 13. Cool.
By the way, we can see the health of the lizards.
Oh, can you?
Is that normal? Yeah, okay.
Not really. Visible to editors. Saves that. Can you see it now?
Just the bar. Well, the
Just the
bottom
bar.
one.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care too much. So,
I'm so feeling honest today.
there, so now you can't see it?
Nope.
Yeah. The top one we can
Okay.
still see it, so it just changed the for that one
Oh,
token.
just that one?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna kill him.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, okay. So that brings us up to Griggs. So you just hear this loud roar come out from inside this ship, and 3 arrows, darts, you're not quite sure, but shoot out through the top, and you can see flesh coming off with it, off of another one of these creatures.
Cool. That confirms that there is somebody alive in there, and I'm gonna shoot off another ray of frost from my hands at the first one.
Okay. So that definitely hits for 5 points of damage, and you can see this one's looking real lethargic now, and barely standing at this point.
I go, okay. That's all for now.
All right. So that brings us up to the undead lizards. Okay. they are going to continue pressing onward into the ship. So this one that you've been heavily damaging, it moves 10 feet less. And you can see it just slinks into the ship and disappears from sight.
Hmm.
Oh.
Um, I'll put it on. This one also moves in and goes below deck. And you can see another one climb up onto the ship and gets on top of the ship. It's still visible, but it's going to have some pretty good cover. Like, just because you guys aren't up on the ship and you can like just barely see it, I'm going to say it's like 3/4 cover.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the undead lizard's turn. So that brings us up to Clemens.
What is my
So
speed? My speed is 30, and I think I'm further than that, right? 45. Just jumping and everything.
yeah, to climb up there and everything, it would be quite a bit of movement.
Well, I guess I'll have to. 1 minute. I guess I'm gonna dash.
All right.
I'll dash. Yeah, I'll dash to that. And with the climbing and everything, how much is that gonna cost?
Um,
Like
Probably like
five?
10
Five?
feet to climb up. Like it's a little bit up there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll climb up, and I think the total was 45. So with the dash will be 60. So I'll say I'll get here at least.
Yep. And you can take a look inside as you get up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You can see this monstrous creature inside. Now with these two undead lizards kind of moving in on it. And this creature, it's got massive wings and it's almost got like this lion's mane of a face.
Cool.
But it is a very distinctly human face on this creature.
Hmm.
And it is as large, if not just a little bit larger than these lizards are. So
Whoa.
it's quite cramped inside there now.
Okay.
So I'm
I
just
think
gonna,
that. Yeah, you gonna show me?
yeah. So like this guy is inside. Well, how am I gonna mark this? So
Ooh.
inside, inside, inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so with pink dots, they're not visible from the outside. They are inside the ship right now, and it is quite cramped in there.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Clemens is just going to kind of try to not make too much noise, so so not to draw attention from all the monsters. But she's like, "Oh, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia." That's all she can do. She
All
dashed.
right. Corky is going to kind of look over at Griggs and be like, "Oh, well, so much for a quiet, easy investigation, eh?" And she is going to run her 25 feet uh, to a safe area over here. And she will cast Sacred Flame on this guy out in the open still. Actually, do I need to touch? Creature within range, 30 feet. Okay. So she's actually going to cast Sanctuary
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
on Clemens. Uh,
Nice.
Cool, cool, cool.
yeah, so it's just harder for them to hit you at this point. So then she is not concentrating. That's a bonus action.
Thanks,
And then as
sis.
their action, she's going to cast Sacred Flame. DC 12 Dex save. Failing. I'm going to take 4 points of radiant damage. And that brings us back to the top of the order with the Manticore. 1 second. I'm going to roll for this. Cool. All right. So the Manticore, this monstrosity, is going to. It's currently trapped in there, so it is going to. Take 2 claw attacks at. Going to swing at this one first because it had the full range of movement, so it was able to get closer than the other one that you hit Griggs with the Ray of Frost.
Cool.
So it's going to claw and claw, both of them hitting. And you can see this creature just tears apart this undead.
Nice.
And then the Manticore is going to you can see it wants to go in for another attack, but at the same time it's very wary of this undead creature.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't want to get too close to it if it can prevent it, and it's just going to back off into the corner a little bit. And that's going to be its turn. And that brings us up to Griggs.
Griggs is going to try to improve his line of sight on the bad boy outside.
Yep.
He's going to pull his diamond out of his pocket, or at least hold the diamond in his hand out of his pouch, and stretch his arm out front and cast a chromatic orb of ice and try to finish off the beast.
Okay.
Not finish off, but try to get the beast.
Yeah, so a 12 definitely hits, and 16 points of damage is huge. And you said ice?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you can see this bubble form in your hands, Grig, and you kind of blow it off into the distance, heading towards this undead creature. And it connects and just bursts into this display of icicles that kind of just encase this creature momentarily. And you can see parts of it freeze as if it, like, freezer burnt.
I'll
This
just try to
meat.
get his attention. Like, hey, over here! Pick
All
on
right.
someone your own size.
Okay. Anything else, Griggs?
I'm gonna be letting my spider move ahead, try and crawl up this ship, and try and get a line of sight on what's going on down there for next time.
All right. Sounds good. That brings us up to the undead lizards. All right. So this lizard here is going to actually start heading towards Clemens, being on the deck with it. So this one is going to come in with a bite, and this is an 18 to hit.
No.
Rolling pretty good, and you're going to take
Oh.
6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, man.
Constitution saving throw.
All right, that's more than enough to save against whatever. You can feel the creature, this lizard, bite onto you, and you can feel the teeth puncture through the armor just ever so slightly, and you can feel its saliva rolling down your bare arm a little bit, and you can feel it start going numb and tingling. But you manage to, through force of will, just kind of like get over it. And you seem to, it seems to, like, whatever was going to happen, you managed to stave off.
You. Cool. And I got 6 points of piercing damage?
6 points of piercing, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one that's below deck is going to move
I
towards the Manticore.
going to use a portent. Oh, I can't see this though, can I? I can't see the creature, so it doesn't count. I don't think I can use portent on something I can't see.
I'm not too sure. You have to read that.
It is in the bottom here.
You
Creature that I
place
can
attack.
see.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So this zombie lizard is going to attempt to bite. Oh, I forgot to. One sec. I need to make a Constitution saving throw for this zombie lizard.
It's gonna turn into Manticore.
Yeah. So what was the Manticore's attack? Not that one.
I don't know if I saw it. I don't think we saw it.
No, yeah, it was 8 damage. So it's 5 plus 8 is 13. Yeah, it died. Okay. So this other zombie lizard that's down below deck is going to go in and attempt to bite this Manticore. But the Manticore manages to leap out of the way in time from this slow-moving creature.
Oof.
And that brings us up to Clemens.
Sweet. Clemens is gonna take a look at her armor that got pierced, and she's like, "Ah, I gotta melt that together." And she's going to. Can she reach towards this guy? To the right of her?
Yeah, he's up on top of you. He's like,
Right. Yeah.
he's
She's
within
gonna.
5 feet of you.
I had a vision this morning of you doing really well, whatever you're going to do, Clemens.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so you're going to use your 17.
Yeah.
All right, so the 17. So whatever you're going to.
Is 17 gonna be like the attack roll or the damage roll?
That's going to be the number on the d20 roll.
Yeah,
So
I
it'd be.
assumed you were going to do some damage. If you're going to do a
Yeah,
spell,
yeah,
let
yeah.
me know. Like a saving throw, then I'll put the 9 on the other guy.
I'll do a booming blade. I brandish the hammer that I'm holding with the rune, and I'm gonna share it over here.
So instead of a 6 being rolled, you rolled a 17, which is definitely going to hit. You brandish the weapon and the spell's cast. Normal section becomes sheathed in booming energy. If the target willingly moves 5 feet, it immediately takes 1d8 damage. Okay. So you come up and you strike this creature, and you can see you hit it square in the head, making contact into the brain, and you think you have this creature beat.
Yes.
It'd be 5 plus 7 is 12. And you do manage to kill this creature. It kind of stands up again after the hammer's lodged in its head and begins moving towards you again, but then immediately just collapses to the ground.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice. Good one.
Anything else, Clemens?
I think that's. I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
Thanks,
Brings us up to Corky. Corky can't see anything at the moment other than Clemens. Clemens isn't looking too weak. I think she's just going to hold her action until she sees an enemy, and then she will release Sacred Flame upon them.
Cool.
So the Manticore is up. The Manticore is going to swing at this undead lizard with its claws. Hitting. Con save. Wow, they're just sucking hard on their con saves, these guys. And the other zombie, with a strong claw from the Manticore, just crushes this thing into the side of the wreckage.
Awesome.
And then it is going to begin barreling out, running, and then leaps into the air and flies up through the opening in the ship that you were able to look in through. So if you'd like, as this creature begins flying up, you can take an opportunity attack. Clemens.
No.
You're not going to?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay. So this creature is no longer in there. The creature is now flying. It goes. And it's going to fly 40 feet up into the air.
Like a don't care.
Okay. And it is going to yell down to you all and say, tried to surround me and get me killed, huh? Well, I'll show all of you. And that brings us to Griggs.
I'm going to point up at him and cast message.
Okay.
And speak to him very compassionately and with empathy and saying, I understand you're scared, but we came here to investigate the shipwreck, not to harm you. How many words can I say? That's probably...
Well, it's just 6 seconds worth of speaking.
Okay.
So if you're a speed talker, you can get more words in.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. Very calmly, trying to calm him down.
Right. Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So with an 8, it is going to call down to say, sniveling cowards. How should I have known?
Okay.
Not how should I have known. I should have known.
So he's still scared. Doesn't believe me.
Like this is like varying. Like you kind of convinced it that you're not here to hurt it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to use this to my advantage, type thing.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So he says, I should have known. Cowardice is a very humanoid trait.
We just killed those fucking things. We just helped you kill those things.
Right. All right, so that's your turn, Griggs?
Yeah, that's it.
The undead lizards are dead. Clemens, your turn. So you don't know. Well, I guess this one's not a mental spell message. Like you actually whisper it. Yeah, I don't think you would have heard it, but you can hear what the manticore said.
Yeah. All those cowards.
Yeah, calling you cowards. I should have known.
Well, perhaps you're not wrong there. It is one of my first battles, but hey, we just helped you out and killed the lizards. Maybe we don't have to fight. What happened to you? ask him. Obviously, like she doesn't want to attack him, so she's just like
Right.
first. At least she
Okay.
doesn't want to attack first.
Hmm.
What happened to you?
And the Manticore is going to reply saying, "Can't even get a moment's rest before you sniveling cowards come in and try to take everything away from me. Thinking you can sneak up on me like this? I'll show you."
um,
So what are you doing, Clemens?
Lemon's gonna
You still
start.
got that was like your ability to talk on your turn.
Yeah.
You still have actions, bonus actions, movement.
She's going to cast a jump on herself. So if next time if she needs to jump, she can get out of there.
Okay. You touch a creature.
So I touch myself.
The creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. Okay. Cool.
And it's for a minute, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's just going to last for a minute.
Mhm. That's what I do.
Yes. 1 second, actually. I need to make 1 second. I forgot something.
Oh.
Against DC. Cool. All right, so you can actually take back those 6 points of healing, Clemens, because I forgot
Oh, yeah?
Sanctuary was cast on you.
Oh, whoops! Me too. Thanks.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, the zombie would not have succeeded on that save.
Okay, cool. Thanks for remembering.
Yes, no problem. And also, Corky was holding her action
Mm-hmm.
to attack any like. Like, would she know that this isn't an evil creature? Probably not.
But okay.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a zombie, but at the same time, like, this is a monster by every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Not everyone is open-minded as we are, Griggs.
Yeah, I'm trying to Corky.
Maybe one of us can control the sidekick so that you're not conflicted with.
Right. Like I'm just looking over. Like, I got this card here with like a whole bunch of information about her. So I'm just going to
Yeah.
reference it and make a decision based off of that. And based off of what I have written, she would probably not cast it until she knows for certain
Mhm.
that this is an evil creature.
Yeah.
So, yes. So she's not going to cast that. But that's your turn, Clemens. I think I
Yes,
finally
sir.
caught up on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And the sanctuary
Okay.
is done now because now I've done damage, and at the end it says if the warrior creature makes an attack, then the spell ends. So.
Okay, so Sanctuary is no longer on you, but you do have jump
Jump, jump, everybody,
Mhm.
jump, jump.
for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds of combat. Okay, so that brings us up to Corky. Correct? You're done, Clemens? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Corky, she is going to call out to kind of Griggs and Clemens as a whole and ask, uh, what are we going to do here, guys? What do we do?
we don't want to fight this thing, but it seems intent. We hold off until we have to.
All right. So she's going to hold Sacred Flame again as her action
Sure.
if the Manticore attacks somebody.
Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to the Manticore. The Manticore. The Manticore.
They're intelligent creatures, right? So he would have known that if we saved him from lizards.
Does he know you're not working with those lizards? For all he knows, you guys could have brought them there. He didn't see what was happening on deck beforehand. He just knows there was a commotion. He woke up, and there were lizards around him.
Occam's
So he
razor.
started protecting himself. Would he have seen Clemens fighting the one?
You would see the
I
dead
don't know.
one
I think
on
he
the
would have
top.
been. He would have been focused on the zombies below deck.
Mm.
So, like at this point, he's unsure of who to trust.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And your persuasion check wasn't the greatest. So, like they're still very.
Ah, I know. I should have taken off my helmet.
Mm-hmm. You could lay down our arms next time.
Oh shit! I need the charger.
Yeah, this is.
This thing or?
No, that's the docking station. The charger is somewhere here. Where's I put it?
Level of nature.
There it is. Roll a dice.
I know. I'm just reading over the Manticore information of Manticore Susan and Fantasy. If I was to save your life, what would you offer me? What's in it for me? This is out to all of you. So, like anybody, like there's a little bit of time. You can quickly shoot out your 2 cents right now. Like no persuasion rolls or anything, but what are your answers?
We can secure a safe passage to the city if you need protection.
I have gold. Do you like gold?
He does,
Okay.
doesn't it?
And the Manticore cries out, "Pathetic!" and launches 3 tail spikes down at Clemens.
Alright, kill this fucker.
So 1, 2, 3. What's your armor class, Clemens?
16.
Okay, so the first 2 hit for a total of 9 piercing damage. The third one, you managed to roll out of the way in time for the third one to miss and cement itself into the wood beneath you.
I fall through?
Nope, you're still on the deck.
Okay.
It's 24 minus 6. And then it is going to fly out over here. Still 40 feet up in the air. And that brings us up to Greg's.
Okay. I'm going to use a portent on this. I'm going to shout up and say, what is it exactly that you would like? And cast Detect Thoughts. And I'm going to give him a 7 on his save.
Okay, so what kind of save is it?
It's a 9. Wisdom, I think? Maybe.
Wisdom, it's a 9. Okay, so I'm guessing a 10 fails against your spell save, which is 13.
Yeah.
You can read the thoughts of a certain creature. What do I want? Is what you asked?
I gain insight, into your reasoning, emotional state, something that looms large in your mind. So I ask you directly what you want, so hopefully it pops up in your head, and I can see it.
And the answer you get relayed to you through the detect thought spell is food.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He sees you guys
Almost
as
got
a
confused.
meal at this point.
And if I have time within my turn, I'll say, food is something we can get you, absolutely. But I am old and bony, not very delicious.
Okay. So your action was to detect thoughts, so you can't really make a persuasion roll here,
Sure.
but it is something it will consider.
Sounds good enough to me. I might kind of sit down. No, I'm not going to sit down.
Just go prone
Just
for
in
the hell
case.
of
Just
it.
going to be like, kind of like, yo, we'll get you some food. And yeah, that's it.
I see food right in front of me. What could you offer? Clemens, your turn.
Oh my goodness. I guess I wouldn't have known the thoughts, and
Well, you heard
my
me shout up, what is it you want? And then reply
yeah.
back, well, we can get you food. And you heard him say you look like
Okay.
food.
Yeah, you're fairly intelligent, Clemens. You would understand what's kind of going on.
Yeah.
You've
Okay.
worked with Griggs before.
Okay. Food, 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 food. Hmm. I'm gonna jump in front of Corky.
Okay.
How many times can I jump?
I believe it's lasting a minute, so
Like as
uh,
many times per like per I
well,
mean per action.
you can still only move up to your movement. So like a long jump, I think it's a long jump.
It says tripled. My jump thing is
Mm-hmm.
tripled.
Yeah,
Only up to a max of your movement speed, though. So
yeah.
you couldn't jump 30 feet, but you
Ah.
could
So
walk 30
long
feet.
jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet equal to your strength score. So your strength score is 14. So if you triple it, you can still only move up to 30 feet, but you can jump that full 30 feet.
Cool. I think I just jumped full 30 feet, and then I can't do it again, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
So gonna
So
jump in
that'd
front
be
of Corky, and that's my action.
movement.
Just your
That's
movement.
just my movement. Okay, cool. So well, seeing that Griggs didn't attack him, I'm going to take an apple out of my pocket and throw it at the manticore.
Okay. So you toss up an apple towards the manticore. Uh, Go ahead and give me a dex check.
You got it. Dex check. Dex, there it is. What is it? 12.
12.
It's
All
a
right.
delicious apple. It's nice and juicy.
The apple doesn't quite make it there, but the manticore kind of drops down a little bit and grabs it in its mouth, uh, which is just completely filled with teeth, like just rows and rows of
Whoa.
teeth,
Whoa.
similar to a shark, and just bites down into the apple, and you can see like applesauce now, like just coming out of its mouth, and just spits it out. It says, "I want meat." Anything else, Clemens?
No. I'm just gonna kind of protect Corky.
Yeah. Okay. So Corky. Well, I guess the Manticore did attack Clemens, so her spell would have went off, which I forgot about,
Oh yeah.
because that was the stipulation, is if it attacked anybody.
So now is the time for her to.
So, well, this would have been her held action. Dex save failing takes 6 points of. That's pain, yes.
6 points of radiant
Of
damage.
radiant damage, yeah. And now on her turn here, she sees you guys still not attacking it. So I think she is going to just, in this case, cast.
Can you conjure up any meat steaks?
Uh, I I really wish I could, but at this point it's a little limited. I didn't think we'd be requiring a whole bunch of food right now. Otherwise, we should have brought Judy. Um, and she's going to cast. What are you at? 18 of 27.
Sleep?
She's
Sleep
she's gonna
person?
cast Cure Wounds on you, Clemens.
On me,
At
thank you.
first level. So you're gonna heal up 10 points, which brings you back to full.
Lovely, thank you.
And then Corky is going to back off out of the way a little bit. And he thinks
I think.
if she doesn't want to die. And that's going to be Corky's turn. And that brings us to the Manticore, who still hasn't been offered anything of value because he sees 3 humanoids worth of meat here.
So he's just all righteous and full of shit. I'm gonna kill this guy.
And he is going to cast. Not cast. But he is going to attack. Who's he going to attack? Neither of you have really attacked him. Corky has.
But I'm right in front of him.
I know. He's definitely going to attack Clemens.
Yeah. It's okay.
So 1, 2, 3. So the first one just barely hits for 5 piercing, and the other 2 miss as you nimbly dodge out of the way. Or one of them hits your armor and just splinters off of it, not resulting in any damage.
Sweet.
And it yells down to you, "You pathetic creatures will make an excellent meal." And then it is going to fly over here a little bit. And that brings us to Griggs.
Don't confuse our sympathy for cowardice. Slow down, buddy. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost.
Okay. 19 does hit for 1 point of damage.
Just slow down, buddy.
And his movement speed is reduced by 10 feet. Okay, anything else, Griggs?
I will defiantly stand there, staring at him, telling him commandingly to slow down, buddy.
All right, Clemens.
Clemens. Guess I don't really have a lot of ranged stuff. So I guess I can jump. Can I jump and in my jump hit him? Or is it too much? Because it's like my armor suit jump, so it's like a little bit of like
right.
Nice.
Like I think if you were to, yeah, we can flavor it where you like jump off of a piece of debris to give yourself that extra little height if you want. So
Sweet.
Go ahead. You use your full movement to jump up and take a swing at this monstrous creature.
Perfect. So actually, there's a piece of shipwreck that Clemens is going to run up and is going to swing her light hammer.
A 14 just hits for 4 bludgeoning damage.
And it's like in slow motion, you can see Manticore's teeth like and all the apple juice is flying off.
And then I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw for when you land if you take any damage. Because he did fall just 40 feet now.
Yeah.
14. Let's see. Let's leave it up to fate. Roll 8 plus 1 d6. All right, so you managed to stave off any damage as you kind of tuck and roll into the sand. It also kind of cushions your fall a bit. Anything else, Clemens?
So I did movement and I did action.
Action.
That's all. Yeah.
Okay. Corky. What's the range on Sacred Flame? 60 feet. Sure, I don't feel like doing trig, but that seems pretty close to me. Is going to cast Sacred Flame. Okay, dex save.
Wow, our damage is so high.
I know.
Watch out, Manticore.
All right, so the Manticore does succeed this dex save this time, avoiding this sparkling effect of radiant damage. That brings us up to the Manticore, who, after getting punched by Clemens, is going to launch 3 tail spikes at her. 3. So the first one misses, but the next 2 do hit. The first one for 4 damage, and the second one for 10 piercing, for a total of 14. And says, I can smell the food cooking. It's only a matter of time now. And that brings us to Griggs.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
And he's actually gonna... he'll just stay there. Just staying aloft in the air. Except he might actually fly up a little bit high. He's gonna fly up another 10 feet to 50 feet.
I'm gonna call him a coward, mock him with his own language for picking on 3 tiny people from 50 feet up in the air when they just tried and came and saved you. You should be ashamed. And I'm gonna throw chromatic orb at him.
Okay.
Nice.
Fuck off.
Alright, so you go and send this bubble of chromatic energy up to the Manticore, and he cries out, Bubbles! That's the best you can do, Bubbles! As he just kind of flies out of the way and it misses him.
Coward!
Anything else, Griggs?
No, I'm gonna stand there with my arms on my hips.
Oh shit. You should
Okay.
move. You should move.
Where am I supposed to go?
Like hide behind the ship or something.
Nah, this guy's a coward.
And that brings us up to Clemens.
Okay, I don't want to create another character because I die. That would be funny. What I'm gonna do is fudge. Do I do a thunder wave? Oh, he's too far from me, eh? He's 50 foot up in the air.
He's 50 feet up in the air now.
What can I do? Magic missile, perhaps? Magic missile it is. My last. Brim, brim.
Right, so 14 points of damage. Very nice.
And I'm gonna jump further away. Like over here. No, I think I can jump more. Over here.
So you just moved 20 feet. That's 25 feet. So you still could jump another. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else, Clemens?
She's gonna say, if you eat me, I hope my armor gets stuck in your throat.
Okay.
Boy.
And that brings us up to Corky, who's going to run over to you and say, he's going to put a hand on your shoulder and say, you really need to stay out of trouble, lass. I can only do this so often. And she's going to cure you for 9. And then she's
Recommend
going
dropping to it.
to what was that? That was 15 feet. So she can move another 10. She's going to move over there and she's going to kind of duck behind the crates to give herself a half cover. So that brings us up to the Manticore, who I think he's going to. So he is going to shoot 3 tail spikes down at Griggs,
I'm gonna use
who's now the
shield as a reaction.
closest. Okay, so your AC is now 20
Yep.
for the entire round.
Yep.
Okay, so tail spike 1, 2, and 3. All 3 just glance off of your arcane shield. You can see the spikes coming and you throw up a hand and they all just glance off of this invisible force field around you.
Cool.
And the Manticore snarls down at you and says, I always did love playing with my food before I ate it. And that brings us to Griggs.
Be careful there, you might become dinner yourself.
An 18 does hit for 6 points of cold damage. I said this guy is looking pretty weak. Like he's looking bloodied now.
Are you ready to come down and talk? And that's the end of my turn.
I'll come down when I'm ready to eat.
I shake my head.
And that brings us to Clemens.
Can Clemens look around and think if there's like a smart way to defeat the Manticore? Is there any fish she can distract the Manticore with, or anything like that?
So the fishing industry kind of took a bad turn as soon as like all the water kind of became stagnant on the upper layers.
Yeah.
Uh,
So there's nothing around I can distract him with.
Not really.
Okay. Then gonna keep fighting till the last. What can I do? Can't even do any friggin' ranged attacks. God damn it. Whoopsie. Didn't think this through. Oh. Well, as a bonus action, I'm going to do a defensive field thing with my armor, which will give me temporary hit points equal to my
Nice.
level in this class, which would be 3, I guess.
Yeah.
So +3.
So you got 3 temporary hit points.
Yeah, and I'll have to do a crossbow attack.
Okay.
Pew! Oh gosh.
All right. So you pull out your light crossbow and you point at this creature, but it goes towards this monster in the air, and it kind of just drops its wing down onto the bolt that would have hit it, but crashes the bolt down into the sand beneath him.
Yep.
Anything else, Clemens?
No. That's all.
Corky.
I hope
She's going to say, why don't we all hide in the ship, take it out of the air? It won't have an option but to come down and face us head on. And she's going to begin moving over towards the ship. And she is going to cast Sacred Flame on her way. Dex save. Failing, going to take 5 points of damage. And that's going to be Corky's turn, and that brings us to the Manticore. The Manticore is going to move around over here, still aloft in the air, and is going to launch 3 tail spikes at Griggs. Okay, so you still have shield up until the start of your turn, I believe.
1 round, yeah.
Until the start of your next turn. Oh, but you would have went.
Yeah, I would have went. Yeah, I'll use my
So-
last second level spell slot to do shield. Can I do it at second level? No, there is no such thing.
Well, you can use it at second level, but it doesn't up boost it or anything.
I will.
You just use the spell slot. All right. So you cast shield.
I'm trying to impress this guy by standing here defiantly.
Right. One of them does manage to penetrate through the shield and hits you for 7 piercing damage.
That hurts.
But just the one. And this manticore cries out to you, "See, you're not so safe. I can still get you." And that brings us to Griggs.
Griggs will have to use his Ray of Frost one more time.
Nice.
Okay. So you cast out the spell, but it goes a little wide as the manticore drifts out of the way.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll make my way over to the boat. One more hit and I'm done.
All right. Anything else, Griggs?
No.
Clemens.
Oh, Mamma Mia. You're still up in the air, right?
He's still up in the air.
Yeah, I can't, yeah. Okay. I guess I'm gonna shoot a crossbow and then make my way to the ship as well.
A 13 unfortunately misses.
Okay. He's 14, right, I think. 30, I can make it about to where Griggs is. Okay.
Okay. Next up is Corky, and she is going to climb up onto the boat. And before she jumps in below deck, she is going to cast Sacred Flame.
Nice.
Deck save failing, taking 7 points of damage.
Yay!
And then she is going to jump below deck. And that brings us up to the Manticore, who is going to fly
Way!
over here, getting a little closer, is going to launch
Can I use my reaction to like protect Griggs, Dr. Griggs? Like a help or something?
you'd have to do that as an action on your turn.
Okay.
But I think he's going to launch. He hasn't been having a lot of luck on Griggs, so he's going to launch 2 at Clemens, 1 at Griggs.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 at Clemens, miss. And unfortunately, the one on Griggs does hit for 7 piercing.
How many spikes does he have?
He has. I've been keeping track. He's real low now.
Cool.
Like eventually, he is going to be coming down to the ground. I'll give you that.
Do I have 7? You said 7 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that brings us up to Griggs. And just so you know, he does have 24 tail spikes at the start.
Okay. climb up on top of the boat. And there's fleshy lizard flesh here, right? Up top.
Yeah.
With all this, maybe I can find a loose board to scoop some flesh up on it and fling it at him.
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and give me a like how much flesh are you trying to?
Bite size.
A few pounds. Like, I mean, whatever I can reasonably lift. I'm trying to assess my own capabilities, right? While I'm doing this, I'm not gonna
Right.
pick up too
Okay.
much.
Yeah. All right. So just give me a dexterity check as you throw this lob of meat at the manticore.
Yeah.
All right. So you throw the meat up at the manticore, and you can see this look of like as it comes up near him, he kind of backs away from it, not wanting to eat it, not wanting to get close to it. You know, like this creature's probably seen zombies before and knows the flesh isn't like great. Like it's not gonna be like you don't really want to. Like I would imagine in a zombie movie, you don't want to bite the zombie any more than you want the zombie biting you.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's the same type of idea where this manticore has kind of lived in this world for enough time to know that you don't really feast on the undead.
But what I would maybe know whether this is true or not if you could put zombie flesh on my skin or on my clothes without being too worried about it.
Yeah, it's more about getting it inside you.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can like drape it over you.
I think I might, when I have enough, like more action economy, like maybe next turn or something, start in that direction.
Cool.
And you still have some movement left if you wanted to jump in below deck.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, and that brings us up to Clemens.
He's still in the air. She's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna shoot her crossbow.
Again, unfortunately missing. Maybe a little out of practice, Clemens, with the crossbow. You're more used to more melee fighting for sure.
Gosh, no kidding. And I'm just gonna do one big jump and like pew jump inside. Can I do that?
Yep, for sure.
Alright.
All right, so now you are all below deck, and the manticore calls out, "I knew you were all cowards. Come out here and fight me."
Yeah.
No. So Corky's turn. Corky is going to back into a corner as far as she can and prepare Sacred Flame for when this creature comes in. And the Manticore. Let's see.
Now we're ducks in a barrel, or crabs in a barrel. Crab in a bucket.
Yeah, but the Manticore, like you've done a pretty good number on him already.
We can do that. Good magic.
Oh.
Have you been concentrating on detect magic the entire time?
Oh, I guess I can hit a whole bunch.
Oh, detect thoughts was concentration, so it switched.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. And that might
But if you've been hit, you'd have to
probably
roll.
gone. I'm not even gonna roll.
Yeah. All right.
I'll just take that off.
Okay. All right. So at this point, we'll just roll 2 con saves. Griggs.
Just to see.
Yeah. It'd just be DC 10. You have to beat twice.
No.
Okay. So yeah, it's gone.
Okay. Yeah, it'd been nice to know what he's thinking now, I guess.
Yeah. And you can hear him release this wicked roar of frustration and anger now that you're all below deck. And he's going to. You're going to hear 3 thuds of something impacting the top of the deck. And then you hear the flapping of wings. And that brings us up to Grix.
Oh,
Well, I'm all out of spell slots, but gonna cover myself in pieces of this flesh of one of these lizards.
Certainly, you can definitely grab enough flesh and kind of like cover your body in it.
And try to get maybe through a crack in one of the planks here or something. Try to get a vision on where he is.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Sure. Fuck off.
All right. Well, like you're not blind. Like you're still gonna see some stuff. What you can see is that the manticore is still aloft, hovering nearby, and that's what you'll see at the time. And that brings us up to Clemens. Unless there's something else you want to do, Griggs.
No.
Okay.
Thanks.
Guess if he's hovering nearby, what's my light crossbow range? 80? I guess I could still try to get him.
Yeah.
Look at that! Finally, in the butt.
All right. So you. Okay. So you look out.
Yeah, look out a bit.
You peek your head out. You find a hole. You line up the shot. Now that you've got a moment of reprieve and you can actually focus, you take aim and you do manage to connect this bolt. And you hear the creature give a little wince of pain, but nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Clemens?
No, she's just gonna ask, turn to her team and say, "Are you guys alright?" Griggs looks pretty wrapped up.
I'll be okay.
Corky will say, "Oh, I'm doing all right. Although I wish I could help you lot out. I'm kind of tapped for the day."
Hey, no worries. It's okay. Just
Corky, she's going to hold another action just in case the Manticore comes back. Manticore is flying away.
okay.
And we'll just clear combat. You guys did enough damage where it had to consider its own life, knowing like it's not going to be able to land. Like it had a huge advantage being in the air above you guys, but losing that advantage, it knows it doesn't really stand a chance. So it's just going to fuck off.
Oh, thanks, Corky. That was a good idea.
Oh, not my first rodeo. Been out before. First time encountering one of those flying creeps. But, it never hurts to take refuge, A little umbrage.
Agreed.
Okay. So you guys are now just kind of in the below deck area of this broken vessel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna slough off all the gross flesh on my body that do not need and probably never needed.
You could still probably like swipe at you, not necessarily bite you. So, but good idea. Good idea, Griggs.
Sure, he's a little embarrassed. Didn't seem like a good idea after. Yeah, for next time. Yeah.
All right. Should we look around the ship? I guess I will just the Clemens just start looking around, see what's the deal is with the ship.
All right. So go ahead and give me an investigation or perception check, your choice.
Investigation, please.
Okay. So, Griggs, let's start with you. Griggs, with your 15, looking around, as well as you, Clemens, you notice that, on the inside, you get the idea that this ship was definitely clearly broken into two. Like something happened to the ship. It's not quite sure. Looking at from the inside, what happened to it? Usually, like damage would be done from the exterior. It doesn't look like it was any cause of sabotage or anything of the sorts. Um, but definitely clearly broken into two, and you can see there's carvings of a strange language etched into the wood of the ship along like the main support beams. In a language even Griggs with your studies you haven't really come across. Um,
Okay.
uh, and as you guys are looking, Griggs and Clemens, you both see partially buried in the sand in the ship a chest kind of sticking out a little bit. And Clemens, with your 22, you find another smaller container. It's long and slender, probably maybe a little over, maybe like 36 mil. So it's not mil, 36 centimeters long, like a foot and a bit long. Probably, probably like this big around. But this one's like buried in the sand. And you were just kind of walking around and you kind of kick some sand away and you can see it come out a bit.
If I were, I'm not sure if this will work, but Griggs would like to cast his comprehend languages. I can
Yeah,
do that.
you're going to take the 10 minutes to cast as a ritual.
I think I get it once per day with the scribes insight.
Nice.
So I'll do that.
Scribe of scribes.
The scribes of scribes.
The scribes of scribes.
One per long or short rest, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so looking over the writing, you can see that they're mostly like just blessings. It's like almost like superstitious blessings, like bless this vessel, ensure safe passage, all that kind of stuff. It's all very like there's nothing specific about it, but it is definitely just a foreign language that you've never seen before written on this wood.
A foreign language, huh? Interesting. So this ship is not from anywhere we know. It looks like it was broken half by a massive something.
Yeah, and you can see also looking around near the break, you can see what looks like it's a concentric circle of holes. So there's like a series of holes forming a circle in several places along the break of the ship.
Cool.
Like there's probably 18 of these smaller holes, probably, I don't know, like about this big around, forming a circle. And there's a few of them spaced, I don't know, every few feet. You can see another set of concentric circles.
Like in the wood, like through the wood of the ship.
Yes, through the wood of the ship. Yeah,
like circles, and then like another circle.
Yeah, and they are like to see this kind of thing randomly in nature would be very hard. Like because it is so like evenly
Yeah.
spaced and
Yeah.
circular. It's not like it's just random holes.
Do the holes look finely cut? Are they smooth and perfect?
They're a little jagged. They look more like there's some splintering on the inside of the wood.
Sure. Not the outside.
You'd have to go to the outside to look.
Okay, sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, guess let's check out the other side. Is there anything else inside that Clement sees with her super great investigation eye?
Yeah, you guys found a chest kind of together. It was kind of just sticking out. It was visible for both of you to see. But
Mm.
Clemens, as you were walking around, you kind of kicking sand around a little bit, checking out underneath the tertiary layer, and you did find another smaller container.
Mm. Nice. I'm gonna shake it up.
So the smaller container, it's fairly light. It's made of wood, and it's got like a cap on the one end of this cylindrical container.
Oh, cool.
And when you move it around, you can hear, like, you can feel weight moving from one end to the other as you tip it from side to side.
Mm-hmm.
The other chest is fairly buried in the sand, but if you spend some time uncovering it, you can definitely attempt to open it.
Yes, let's do this. I can't go
Okay.
anywhere anyway until I feel a little better.
All right. So inside the chest, not the cylindrical container, you open it up and you find three rubies, blood red in color,
Ooh.
worth, if you had to guess, about 10 gold pieces each. You find a medallion made of obsidian with a golden motif on it. And you find three red potions sitting in a little bit bigger than a vial with cork stoppers on the top.
Ooh, look at this.
What's the medallion? I love
Okay.
rare stuff.
All right, so taking a look at the medallion, um, you clean it a bit. It's a little dusty. It's been sitting here for a while. You can guess there's a little bit of not necessarily water damage, but you can see like corrosion a little bit. So you clean it off, and once you clean it up a bit, you can see the motif. The golden motif is a skull sitting atop a set of octopus legs.
Cool.
Can I sit down and cast Detect Magic just to see if this might be magical?
Yeah, you can sit down and cast Detect Magic. Clemens, are you going to open the other container?
Yes, of course. I'm super curious what's in there.
Do you want to wait till
All
I'm
right.
done Detect Magic before you open it?
Sure. Sure.
All right. So, can you put Detect Magic back up there, quick?
Sure.
So, looking over,
Learn at School of Magic.
yeah, okay. So you take 10 minutes to cast this as a ritual spell, and the three vials do emanate a bit of magic. As for the class, maybe like a hint of abjuration, maybe a hint of evocation. And you also get a bit of an aura coming off of the container Clemens is holding. Maybe not off the container, it might be whatever's in the container, but you're definitely sensing some sort of an aura coming through it. You sense the same one, you sense another like abjuration, evocation kind of mix. And then you also get transmutation and evocation.
Transmutation and what?
Evocation.
Yeah.
All from that canister,
Yes.
small container.
Yeah, so you're getting like a strong vibe of transmutation, a strong vibe of evocation, and then you're also getting a similar vibe that you got from the 3 vials in the chest.
Okay. Clemens, that seems a little bit powerful and strong. Maybe we should hold off until we know exactly what it is before we open it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You can see she's like almost like about to unscrew the cap, but she's like,
Just
yeah,
don't
why don't
want
you
it to
hold on to
blow
it?
up. Me? Sure. Okay.
And Clemens, with that 22, you also get the vibe that this container that you have
Yeah,
would be like sealed, where the chest
sealed.
had
Oh,
water
sealed.
getting into it. This one's more
Mm,
of a sealed vessel.
okay. Yeah, it's still pretty tight. I'm just so excited. It's our first real treasure, guys.
Yeah, this could be something big. I'm gonna have to get it identified before we tamper with it too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. We should bring it back to Apple.
Yeah, I don't know identify yet, so we'll have to find someone to do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
The medallion, it gave off something or no?
Not really, no.
Yeah, okay. It's just pretty cool looking though with the skull and the octopus tentacles.
No, you said medallion. You said medallion gives off
No,
abjuration, evocation vibes. No.
no, that's the vials with the cork stopper. There's a red fluid inside.
Mm,
It's giving off a little bit of abjuration, some
mm,
evocation, but like it's just very faint magics.
yeah. Okay.
I'll give you the potions, Clemens.
Sure.
Cork, you don't know what
Uh,
these are, do you?
uh, they kind of look like healing potions to me, but there's no real way to really know until you try it. Like even just a pinky, just give it a little lick.
Go for it, Clemens.
I'm going for it.
All right, so you dip your finger in it and you taste the red fluid that's on the inside, and you do feel a little bit better. Like it kind of very warming and soothing feeling as you touch your tongue to it, and it is indeed a healing potion.
Yay, sweet. You know
So
what?
you
Why don't we all get one?
Sure. Thank
oh,
you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good still. Why don't you hold on to it? In fact, why don't
Okay.
we just take a short rest here?
Yeah.
We're pretty safe inside.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, I just meant to keep them for future.
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate it.
You helped me a bunch of times, so thank you, Corky. Glad you came.
Well, so am I. It's nice to get out of the guild hall once in a while and stretch the old adventuring legs, you know.
You're pretty young, aren't you? We're like 60.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm old enough. I may be young by Nover standards, but I'm certainly older than you.
True say. The word. Right, let's take a short rest, and before we take a short rest, I'd like to take a look at those holes from the outside. If
Okay.
that would be a good
Uh,
idea.
yeah, so like you can just do this on the short rest. It's not a big deal. Um, Taking a look at these concentric holes from the outside, you can see there's no splintering from the outside. Whatever caused this, you can deduct came from the outside and went in.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also like this. So inside the concentric set of holes, inside there's also like a slight discoloration to the wood around the middle of it,
Mm.
uh, almost as large as the ring of holes, just a little bit smaller.
Oh, like a laser markings or something?
Um, like it's slightly discolored. It's not super obvious.
Mm.
But with that 22, you can definitely realize that like there was something
Mm-hmm.
like either on it or something happened to it on the inside with this ring of holes around the outside of this discoloration.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. So something like made its way through the wood, and discoloration is on the other side of the
Is on
holes.
the outside,
Yeah,
yes.
on the outside. Okay. Do you know what that is, Griggs? Is it?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't. Do I?
I don't know.
Um, you can roll me um,
Is it like a
history,
gun? Yeah.
like a
Perfect.
history check.
Look at that. I'm gonna
Is it
roll a
like a gun?
d4.
Gift to
Nice.
describe when you make an intelligence history check or an ability check, is clear. Roll a d4. So at 25, um,
No.
yeah, you've never seen anything this size. Um, like the concentric circle is kind of like it's really boggling your mind down.
So
Where
when you say concentric circles, I think of like Russian nested circles, concentric.
yeah, so
Yeah.
okay, yeah, so
But you were
like the
saying
disc,
tiny holes that go around in a
yeah.
circle.
So here, I'll just quickly draw this out for you.
Sure.
Freehand.
It's like from an automatic gun or kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
And then on the outside of those circles is discolored. Like,
On the inside.
oh, on the inside. Oh, I thought that was a hole into the.
Yeah, so these are clear through
Oh.
holes,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
and then this one's just slightly discolored.
Gotcha.
Mm.
The wood is discolored. It doesn't look like there's an indent. It doesn't look like there's anything else. It's just discolored,
Right. So combining.
surrounded by a set of 18 holes, all the
Mm.
same size, evenly spaced all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So combining my knowledge of the tentacles out there, and that's kind of why we came out here to see this shipwreck, because we know of the tsunami and the tentacles. Am I putting any of this together?
The tentacles you
It
don't.
definitely does sound plausible.
The discoloration
Um,
sounds
I
like
think
like
I
a
think with a
sucker.
20 with a 25, I think, and then with what you said, it like it all kind of clicks, and you're like, cephalopods, squids, octopuses, stuff like that. They like how they latch onto things. They have the suction cup, and then they have a set of teeth around the suction cups.
Ah.
So it
Hmm.
kind of like it looks like something grabbed onto the ship. The teeth penetrated the wood.
And the sucker made that discoloration. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what you can guess from this.
Okay.
Massive, massive, slippery, slimy tentacle thing on this ship. We don't know if it attacked it, or because of this medallion, I'm thinking maybe whoever owns this ship might have some relationship with the octopus in the sea. Just musings, I have no idea. Maybe they use the octopus to propel the ship faster. Something else went
But it's
wrong.
broken ship. I think it was attacked.
Yeah, all possibilities. And the chest and the thing. Okay, well, this is interesting. What do you think, Corky?
Well, it's definitely an interesting problem we've got here. With the sightings of the tentacles nearby the school recently, and You know, it definitely makes sense to me. I don't know what to do with this information, but that does sound like it could be correct.
Mm-hmm. You think Manticore was a passenger on the ship, or is just hanging out here in the racks?
I think he was just sleeping. I think he said he was trying to get a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do recall him saying that as he was taunting us, that dick.
All right. Well, surprised there's no. Are there any bones around, like from the passengers of the ship, or is it all gone?
Uh, this is
Okay.
all you found.
Yeah, all we found. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, like there is the writing, like a foreign language that you've never
Yeah.
come across,
Yeah.
and then yeah, that's about it.
I'm wondering if I should take some flesh to study, but even though these creatures kind of look unique, I don't know if we've seen them before. But I don't know if it's worth it.
The giant lizards.
Yeah,
Yeah, you would have you may not have seen them
but there's
before,
other
but you
animals like that.
yeah you do know that the zombie virus is not specific. Like it's not a humanoid thing. Like it spreads to any animal, any
Mm-hmm.
creature.
Okay.
And Clemens collect the manticore spikes on the beach.
Yeah, you can pick up a few of them.
I'm gonna pick them up for my alchemistry musings.
Okay, can definitely do that.
Okay.
Guess I'll roll my hit dice.
Yeah, go up and
Um,
heal yourselves up on a short rest.
I'm gonna give you one of the health potions,
13.
Griggs.
And you gave one to Corky, so you each have one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got manticore spikes that I'll do something with. Those spikes, right?
Potion of healing.
Um.
No.
Whoa! Look at me.
Nice. That's a big
So,
heal.
yeah. 17, 28, 27. And I have 3 temporary as well, so.
Ooh, nice.
Is that
Nice.
still.
Well, I think the temporary disappear.
Okay. Let me see. The bonus action gain temporary hit points equal to your level, replacing to letter. You lose this temporary hit points if you doff the armor. So
Oh,
you can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. And when you finish a long
okay.
rest, you regain it. So what's my proficiency bonus? 2. So I guess I used it
2.
once. Yeah. I'll keep the temporary hit points for now, even though nobody's attacking me.
All right, that's fair.
I guess I'll take off my helmet. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. I actually think we're probably just going to end the session here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good.
And then you guys can report back to
Apple?
Apple
Mm,
next session,
okay.
Okay.
Very good, Zach.
if that works for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's a good kickoff.
Yeah. Figured to introduce you a little bit, get things rolling.
I like the characters so far.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a bit to settle into.
Excited to see how this all goes.
Yeah.
See if I can pull off a story. So
Cool, man.
we'll just have to wait and see how this all goes.
Should we? Is there anything we should prepare for next session? Besides just like knowing our characters, obviously, and the history.
No. Well, I guess I will be giving you guys a new set of missions you can choose from. So I guess I should ask what you'd be interested in now, so I can plan specifically for that instead of planning for like four
Everything.
different outcomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So okay. Okay. So options that become available are do a stretch at the wall. Uh, you can protect the arborists, investigate the disappearance of the elderly, or support the science expedition to retrieve an energy globule.
Well,
Which one pays the most?
It's an excellent question.
That's what Clement would want to know. I know Griggs probably want something else.
Yeah. I'm going to say the science expedition or the stretch at the wall probably pay very similar, and also probably the most out of the other two. The arborist would probably pay the least, and then the investigate the disappearance of the elderly is kind of like the in-between one.
I was thinking 4 and 2. Science, but also trying to protect people.
I know that I'm also naturally drawn to protecting the arborists, but I think Clemens would want to make some money, so...
So it sounds like number 4, the
Yeah.
science expedition.
4 and 2, if we, I mean, we probably won't get to both, but I would say that was my choice for Griggs.
All right, so I'll start planning for 4 then.
Sure.
For the next session, which will be next week on Sunday again, if that works.
Yeah,
Totally.
Do you want the same time? Do you want it later in the day? Like, it doesn't really matter too much. Like, we started doing the mornings just so people would have more time in the afternoon during the day,
right,
to do stuff.
Yeah, 9:30 is fine. Maybe at 10 o'clock if anything, but I don't know. 9:30 is pretty good.
Yeah, and we made it on time today.
Woo.
Ish.
Well,
Yeah, a couple minutes. Like, it was like a couple minutes after, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah, well, whatever works for you, and Amir as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure if mornings would work better for him or afternoons. That way, like, everybody can get some sleep in. But I'll talk with him and try to figure something out.
Cool.
But for the most part, right now, I think he's just gonna be out for maybe like the first few sessions, and then hopefully by February he'll be able to join us.
Cool beans.
Cool. Okay.
So. All right, guys.
Okay, Zach.
It's been fun. And
Yes.
I will talk to you guys soon, and we can get going on this science expedition.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good weekend.
Thanks. See ya.